We're live again. We're live again. Got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. We got 9 Premier League games to talk about. We're going to warm up with some lower league stuff. We're going to talk a little La Liga. We're going to talk some news around world football. We're going to talk some transfers. Cody Gakpo, Benoit, Badia Chile. We're going to talk about all these things today. So stay tuned. Make sure smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. It's your boy Dom, back with another one. And guys, I've decided to just call this series Ready, Set, Go. This is my new thing that I'm doing. My live streams where I'm just gonna talk about what's relevant. Not just the Premier League. We're gonna talk about what's relevant, okay? So thanks for tuning in. So big up to everybody in the house. Lego dude in the house. Nice to see you. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. And we are going to warm things up, guys, with a bit of League 2 action. We're going to warm up. You know what I'm saying? So by the time the latecomers come in, we'll get to the nitty-gritty. But we're just going to run through the scores, the lower leagues, the English pyramid. We're going to talk some La Liga today. They have matches coming up tomorrow and the rest of the week. We're going to look at some news around the world as well, guys. So let's just run through these League 2 results. Good to see here. Match day 23 of 46. And I actually took some time to figure out the relegation and promotion system for League 2, League 1, Championship that I know already and all of that. So 4 teams do get promoted from League 2, and we have 2 teams getting relegated. So there's 6 teams that's cleared out of the league. 6, right? And 6 join League 2, 4 relegated from League 1, and 2 promoted from the National League. So we got it figured out, and we're going to keep looking at League 2. We're going to keep looking at League 1, Championship. Check out some of the news because, guys, eventually this funnels right into the Premier League. So we can't really ignore these leagues, as you know, if you guys don't understand what I'm saying. Big up to Bruno the Cruz. Haven't seen you for a while, bro. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Ernest Blankson in the house, who says long time Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Definitely, bro. Nice to see you around here. Jan is saying, wow, Dom, early. We are live. Yeah. You know, once I'm off, well, I did go to work today, but once I have the evening off, I'll try to do the live streams a bit earlier, as early as I could, so that I could get more people coming through and supporting the thing. So, guys, thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate it. But let's just run through these fixtures and results and just warm things up right about now. So I won't be looking too much into the scores and all of that, but we'll just run through the scores, check the table, and move on. Tranmere 3, Doncaster 0, Gillingham 0, Colchester 1, Stockport 2, Crew Alexandra 0. Listen, I was in Stockport, so Stockport is up in Manchester, the greater Manchester area. So it's like a little mini Man City, you know what I'm saying? So Salford 1, Borough 1. Salford is also in the greater Manchester area, if I'm not mistaken. So we got Swindon Town 1, Walsall 2, Harrogate Town 3, Grimsby Town 2. And what's important about looking at these other leagues too, right, guys? Because when it comes to the FA Cup, the League Cup, and all these things in the future, once we keep tabs on what's going on in these leagues, we won't be surprised. You see what I mean? We would have more context when it comes to these teams, and we won't be like, oh, wow, I'm surprised they actually beat a Premier League team. No, they've been playing well. You see what I mean? So Mansfield Town 1, Northampton Town 1, Carlisle 1, Bradford City 0. You got Crawley Town 1, Sutton United 2, AFC Wimbledon 1, Newport County 1, Rochdale 1, Hartlepool United 2, Leyton Orient and Stevenage played 2, a 0-0 draw. So Those are the results. We got games coming up when? On Thursday. So I do have access to watch some of these games, so if I'm at work and these games are on, I might just tune in to one or two of these matches in the future. No guarantees, but I just might. So this is what the standing looks like down in League Two, guys. Leyton Orient are on top, and halfway through the season, they look poised to go up to League One. Stevenage doing well. Northampton Town, Carlisle, Swindon Town, Mansfield. Look at the gap, though. Look at the gap between Carlisle and Northampton. Big gap, big gap. The thing about these lower leagues, the Championship, League One, League Two, sometimes between 5th and like 16th, there's like 3 points, 2-3 points. So it's a very difficult and closely fought league indeed. So just to scroll down a bit, you guys can get a glimpse of the table, what it looks like, and see exactly what I'm talking about. Look, Carlisle are in 4th, 36 points. And let's scroll all the way down here to 16th. Well, let's go up to 15th. 7 points separate 4th and 16th and 15th. You see that? That's how close the league is. So it's just what the table looks like. Not going to go through each and every team, of course. But even down at the bottom, you see what I mean? It's pretty close, man. Pretty close. Gillingham, they got to be careful they don't get dumped into the National League there. So that's what's up in League Two. Big up to everybody in the house. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. We'll get to the bigger stuff pretty soon. But we're just warming up, man. We're just warming up. Let's go into League One, guys. Let's go into League One. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's go back to League Two. I just want to check something before I do move on. While we're on League Two, we're just going to click the news section to see if there's any breaking news. There's things that be happening. Players be getting into fights with referees and all that kind of stuff, Somebody might get their leg broken. That's not what I hope for, but it happens. But if we check the news section, we might actually see if there's any kind of crazy kind of news. So look at this. Millwall accept League Two bids out of favor 23-year-old free to leave in January. So that's a play on the move. We're not going to look into that too much, but watch the worst corner routine ever with fans in hysterics after Crawley Town versus Sutton clash. We're not going to look at that, but, just to bring to your attention, we're not going to look at that because copyright reasons. Okay, Ofrande Zanzala earns points for county intense affair. All right, so, over time we'll get to know the managers and all of that a little bit better. But no real crazy news in terms of League Two there, guys. You see what I'm talking about? Nothing really in the major section there. So we're going to move to League One. All right, let's go up to League One. Let's run through some scores. And we're going to move up to the Championship where there's some big news in the Championship. And then to the Premier League, of course. Towards the back end, we jump into some La Liga action. Go down some rabbit holes and things like that. It's early. It's only about 7:20, so I have a lot of time. And I do have a special guest coming on to talk about the Liverpool-Aston Villa game as well, so definitely looking forward to that one. So big up to Ethan Murray, Lego Dude in the house. We have Jan. Who else we got up in here, man? Big up yourself, guys. Make sure you like up the thing. Appreciate the love and the continued support. Let's run through these scores. So in terms of these League One fixtures, yesterday, Accrington Stanley 1, Barnsley 1, MK Dons 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Cheltenham 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. If we see some crazy score lines, we'll check it out, right? Fleetwood 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Ipswich 3, Oxford, the U's 0. Cambridge United 2, Shrewsbury 1, Wickham Wanderers 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Exeter and Portsmouth played to a 0-0 draw, while Port Vale defeated Morecambe 1-0. Burton 3, Lincoln City 0. Charlton 1, Peterborough 1, and Bolton and Derby County played to a 0-0 draw. Let me see this Burton Lincoln thing. Somebody might have scored a hat-trick, but it didn't happen. So, you know what I mean? So let's go back. One of these streams, we'll take some time to get to know our League 2 and League 1 managers, championship managers, do something a bit fun. You know what I mean? Educate you, entertain you as well. Let's take a look at the standings. Plymouth Argyle leads the standings, 50 points. Looks like they're heading back to the championship. Ipswich Town, 48 points. Sheffield Wednesday, 46, and there's a gap between Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley. So 3 teams do get directly promoted from League 1. Remember that? And 4 teams get relegated to League 2. So instead of 4 teams like League 2 that gets promoted, it's 3 from League 1. And there's 3 coming down from the championship as well. So 3 teams go up, 3 teams come down. And in terms of relegation, 4 teams go down and 4 come up. So that's what it is with League 1. So let us move. Barnsley, Bolton. Bolton are doing well these days, you know what I'm saying? You know, as a club historically that was in the Premier League. Derby County the same. Wickham made the championship for the first time recently. Peterborough, I think, got relegated last season. So you got Port Vale, Bristol Rovers, Portsmouth. Oh, man, that club fall from grace big time. Big time. So you just scroll down the table a bit there. Let's go down towards the bottom. Morecambe struggling, Burton, Forest Green, MK Dons, but still halfway through the season. So if your first half wasn't good, you got to do better in the second half. So that's what it is. Let's take a look at the news section, see if we see anything that stands out, guys. 19-year-old Liverpool loanee is really one to watch out for. He's been superb. Let's take a look at this and see who they're talking about. Who are they talking about? All right, let me see. Where's the name? Oh, Leighton Clarkson is having a good old time with Aberdeen, and Tyler Martin is coming into his own with Blackburn. But who is the player you're talking about? This is League 2 we're talking about, right? League 2. Okay. All right, so Connor Bradley, his name is. Connor Bradley. With Bolton sitting 5th in the League 1 table, Bradley has been one of their very best players. At the time of writing, the 19-year-old has started 19 League 1 games, scoring 4 times and assisting 3 more. For a fullback, those are excellent numbers. So Connor Bradley is one to watch on the radar, definitely, for all the Liverpool fans out there. Connor Bradley's doing well out on loan, okay? So that's a nice little article. We're gonna keep it moving for sure, right? Pompey hit by illness, bug ahead of town visit Ipswich Town. Okay. What else you got here? Let me see. Yeah, nothing else to really talking about. If someone gets sacked, we'll find out right here. You know, someone might get sacked, but I don't know. Gareth McCleary interview. Wickham winger on impressing at 35. Managing chronic pain and postponing retirement plans. He's Jamaican, though. I remember him. He used to play for Jamaica a couple years ago, about 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago. Gareth McCleary. He's doing well. 35, like me. I'm not feeling the kind of pain he's feeling, but I understand the struggle, though. Definitely understand the struggle. So, look, that's pretty much it. We're going to jump to the championship. Guys, we're warming up. We are warming up before we get to the Premier League, man. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of what's going on. You see what I mean? So let's do this, man. Championship. Let's go. Let's go to the championship. And before we even get into anything, let's check the news. And you see some big breaking news here. Norwich sacked Dean Smith as championship promotions hope falters. We were actually talking about this. Big up to Steve. Big up to Steve. He brought this to my attention about something that's going on with Norwich and Dean Smith. And when we really looked into it, it seemed like if the fans weren't really, you know what I'm saying? The fans weren't really seeing eye to eye with the manager. And he kind of brushed it off, kind of throw it under the carpet. But now you guys see. Now you guys see what's going on. Dean Smith, even though they haven't done too bad at the beginning of the season, I think they're about 5th. They're 5th halfway through the season, and he got sacked. This is crazy. He got sacked. You see? Big up to Ilias who says, look out for Gillingham's finest, Elkan Bagat. Will be the Asian Cup in Indonesia. All right. We'll definitely remember that. And Philip Bidwell is saying, I'm quite happy that Cambridge won. I'm glad you guys are actually getting involved in the lower league talk before we get to the big boys. You see what I'm saying? Just warming up. Yeah, I am surprised that they sacked him. I'm really surprised that they sacked him, though, because they weren't doing too bad with him. You see what I mean? They weren't. So let's take a quick look at the article. Real quick look. Norwich sat Dean Smith as championship promotion hopes falter. Smith presided over a 2-1 defeat to 10-man Luton Town on Boxing Day. I guess that was the last straw. Norwich are admirers of Russell Martin, the Swansea head coach. So Norwich have sacked their manager Dean Smith following a poor run of results and increasing anger from supporters. Norwich slipped to a third defeat in 4 championship matches on Boxing Day to leave the club 5th in the table, but with only a 3-point buffer to 16th. You see that? So let's say Dean Smith was kept in charge. Norwich would have dropped all the way pretty much to about 17th in the blink of an eye if they didn't if they didn't pick up points. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. He did take over last November when Daniel Farker was sacked. He did pretty well when he took over, but then things went downhill. Norwich did get relegated like most of us predicted. And Dean Smith was still in charge in the championship, but then, of course, the form for his team, pretty poor, and the fans were outraged. The board listened to the fans, and they sacked him. So, for more information, Norwich have won just 3 of their past 13 matches. You see that? Norwich are a team that usually does well in the championship too. So that is what it is. That is definitely what it is. So we're not going to read too much more into this, but Dean Smith should find a job pretty soon because he does well with lower league teams. Like he helped Aston Villa come back up to the Premier League. He did well for a season or 2. Then they sacked him and he got a job like immediately with Norwich. So managers are always getting sacked, so he'll get a job pretty soon, man. So, look, leaders ease further clear by beating Blues. So, Burnley are doing the goddamn business. Burnley are doing the business, guys. Burnley clear top after Zaroury's lightning return. So, a Moroccan. They got a Moroccan in their team. And they may not jump the gun, but yeah, I think so. I'm still learning a lot about these lower league teams and what's going on in the lower leagues because I'm a Premier League guy, so I'm feeling it out. You see what I'm saying? Definitely feeling it out. So what else we got here? Why Sheffield United sale makes a lot of sense to both sides. So okay, it seems like Sheffield United are up for sale. Anna Zaroury open scoring in the first minute to return from World Cup. Okay, so yep, definitely Moroccan there in the Burnley ranks. Burnley, man, we're gonna talk about them, but Burnley, damn man, they're on fire. They're an absolute fire. So we run through the news. Kolo Touré in at Wigan and Coventry's woes continue as second tier resumes. That's 2 weeks ago. Kolo Touré did get the job at Wigan. Sky Bet EFL players at the World Cup. How did players from the Championship, League One, and League Two fare in Qatar? So let's find out really quick who was actually at the World Cup from the lower leagues, right? Real quick. We ain't going to be long. Definitely ain't going to be long. So you could see there Connor Roberts, Iliman Ndiaye, and Josh Sargent from League, the Championship. So a total of 30 players represented the Sky Bet English Football League. Wow, I didn't even realize there were so many of them, man. Wow. So Australia, there was Riley McGree, Harry Souttar, Sunderland's Bailey Wright as well. Cameroon, you had Oliver, Chum. I guess the N is silent. I hate those names. Canada, you got Junior Hoylett, Costa Rica. You got Jewis and Bennett, Ghana. You had Baba Rahman. And you have Antoine Semenyo, Morocco. You go down. Ilyas Chayer of QPR, Anas Zarouri of Burnley. So Anas Zarouri didn't feature until the third place match. No wonder I didn't get the name. Poland, Christian Bielik. So Senegal, you had Ismail Assar, Iliman Ndiaye, Seni Dieng, and Reading's Portoloni, Mamadou Loum. Tunisia, Hannibal Mejbri. USA, Ethan Hobart. You had Josh Sargent. Who else you had? Wales, Connor Roberts, Joe Allen, Joe Morrell, Ruben Colwell, Soba Thomas, Adam Davies, Ben Kabango, Tom Lockyer, Chris Gunter, Matthew Smith, Johnny Williams, Mark Harris. So the bulk of the players were from Wales, though. So, guys, you learned something new today, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back and we're going to just run through the games before we get to the Premier League matches. And we're going to talk Premier League. And then we're going to, of course, go over, preview the La Liga matches, look at the table again. We did look at the table the last time. And we'll just look at the matches that's coming up. I won't do any predictions yet. I want to feel things out before I start dropping some score predictions and things like that. Once again, I'd like to take the time to big up everybody in the house. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button for the stream. If you're watching a replay, do the same. Subscribe if you are new. We will be getting into some transfer talk as well. We talk Cody Gakpo, some of the signings that were made already, some of the signings that could happen, some rumors. You guys are going to get involved. You guys could ask me what I think about a rumor here and there. I might not know about every rumor, so it's important that you guys do get involved with the thing. You see what I'm saying? So let's just take a look at the games that were played yesterday and today in the championship. So let's go. We got Watford 0, Millwall 2. For this one, though, we will look at some scores because players might be a bit more recognizable. So Andreas Vogelsema, 22nd minute, and Zian Fleming, 83rd. Hassani Kamara was sent off in the 38th minute for Watford. So Millwall 2, Watford 0. A good road win for Millwall. Sunderland 2, Blackburn Rovers 1. Take a look at his scores. Ross Stewart own goal in the 18th minute, and Ross Stewart from the penalty spot in the 22nd. Ellis Sims in the 91st. The Everton Loney, I think that's that Everton guy with the big afro. So Sunderland with a 2-1 win. And while we're here, let's get up to date with who's managing these teams too, you know what I mean? So Sunderland, Tony Mowbray. Guys, ask me if I know these managers, man. Ask me if I know these managers. Not really. John Dahl Thomason, I do know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know a lot of these guys, man. Let's just go back to the Watford Millwall. Check out who's managing these teams as well. Slaven Bilic. What? I didn't even know this. I didn't even know Slaven Bilic was at Watford right now. I didn't know. I have to admit, I did not know. Slaven, I have to say, look, in life, they say nothing is really guaranteed, right? Yeah, I know, man. I know these guys have been around for ages, but when you don't really pay attention to what's going on down in those leagues, that is exactly what happens. You see what I'm saying? But in life, they say nothing is guaranteed. But one thing is guaranteed, that eventually Slaven Bilic will get sacked by Watford. Pretty sure. Millwall, Gary Rowett. Another manager I'm not too familiar with. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not too familiar with him at all. I'm not. But we're going to keep it moving, though. We're learning things. We moved to Middlesbrough 4, Wigan Athletic 1. So Marcus Forss, 26th minute. Then you had Chuba Akpom, 49th, 59th. Tello Osgard in the 61st minute. And Chuba Akpom completing a hat trick. 93rd minute, former Liverpool man on absolute fire. He's been all over the place, though. I think he used to play in Greece. So, welcome home, Chuba. Chuba Akpom doing the goddamn business. So, let's just click the lineup. Who's playing for these clubs these days? Zach Steffen, of course, we know. You know what I mean? Don't know a lot of these guys, man. Marcus Fours, Chuba Akpom, I know. I don't know the other guys at all. I really don't. Wigan. Colo Torre getting his ass beaten. Jordan Cousins. Yeah, I don't know anybody else. Keep it real, man. We go down. Riley McGree, I do know. Paddy McNair, of course. Matthew Hoppy, American. Who else he got there? That's pretty much it. Ashley Fletcher, I do know. Ben Amos. Yeah. But Colo Torre and Michael motherfucking Carrick. I listen, I may have seen it, but I didn't realize Michael Carrick was managing Middlesbrough. Listen, call me clueless. I don't care. But I paid no attention to the lower leagues until recently. That I'm really trying to, get up to date and, get familiar with things. It's very important. Very, very important. So we're going to move. Preston 1, Huddersfield 2. Come from behind win. Greg Cunningham, 34th minute. Jordan Rhodes and Kane Hayden with the goals for Huddersfield Town. They're struggling, and that was a well-needed win. If you check the stats, you go down, they are last. It needed that win. Really, 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 really bad. And look, a couple more wins, 2 more wins, 2 more, just 2 more wins would take them up to 28 points, and they'll be in a very good position. But you got to keep picking up points, Huddersfield. Remember, they were in the Premier League recently. Did survive, I think, 1 year. Got relegated again. So, well done. Who's in charge of these teams these days? You know what I'm saying? Let's just get up to date, man. Look. Preston, Ryan Lowe. I don't know him. Keep it real. And, of course, Mark Fotheringham. He was just a player the other day. He was literally just a player the other day. So, wasn't he like a goalkeeper or something? Was he a goalkeeper? Name sounds very... I know this guy. Didn't even know he was a manager. So, you learn a lot of things, man. Definitely learn a lot of things. And this is what this is why I'm doing this, guys. It's entertaining to me and hopefully to you. And we get to learn some things. Sheffield United 3, Coventry 1. James McAtee, Man City boy. Cleveland Clark, 52nd minute. Tommy Doyle, Man City. Well, listen, man, the Man City Loney is doing the goddamn business. Victor Gyökeres in the 75th minute, and John Egan got a red card. And guys, we already checked this out, that Paul Heckingbottom is still in charge of Sheffield United and in charge of Coventry here, Mark Robbins. I don't know Mark Robbins. I don't, guys, so I'm learning. So now I learned a lot of things today, but I do not know the player, the manager. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. But look, Daniel Jebison. Oh, man. We remember this kid from the last time Sheffield was in the league. They got some talent. They got some talent in this team, and won't be surprised if they get promoted. Iliman Ndiaye, he's been doing well. James McAtee's been doing well, and they still have the core. And I'm very glad that I saw this guy's name. Anel Ahmedhodzic, very talented Bosnian defender. Very talented. This guy, he got a bright future. Just want to let you guys know that. Still young. He's only 23 years old. Anel Ahmedhodzic. Right? If you never heard it, you heard it here first. Bright future. So, you see, this is where I got them. This is where I knew it. I knew I saw the name already, guys. Wes Fotheringham. This is where I saw the name. So that manager that I just told you guys that I knew about, I don't know him. This is who I know. This is the Fotheringham that I know. This one. Not the one that I just claimed to know. So, wow, that is pretty weird, though. Pretty weird if you ask me. So, well done to Sheffield United. Hull City 1, Blackpool 1. Check out the scores. You got Sonny Carey, 28th minute. Jordan Tonelli, sent off in the 53rd. Oscar Estupinian with a goal in the 77th minute. He's been doing well for Hull City. And just to take a quick glimpse, go down to the managers really quick. And, oh, man, Michael Appleton. I don't know you, bro. Don't know you. And Liam Rosenoir. Ooh, whoa. Whoa, brother. Brother. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know this. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know these things. I wish you well, brother. Wish you well. So, look, man, you're going to keep it moving. You got Ian Poveda, Charlie Patino. These guys on loan there at Blackpool. Some Arsenal youngster, Leeds youngster. You know, some familiar names there, guys. Some familiar names, just a few. Ozan Tufan is playing for Hull City. What? Cyrus Christie, Jean-Michel Seri. This guy used to be linked to Barcelona, for God's sake. But anyways, we're going to keep it moving, man. Guys, are you having fun? Don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button. We're going to get to the nitty-gritty pretty soon, man. You see what I mean? So, Rotherham 2, Stoke City 2. This game, Jordan Thompson, 45th minute own goal. Tyrese Campbell, 61st minute. Connor Washington, 71st. And Lee Peltier own goal in the 80th. So, let's check the lineups real quick. You know what I'm saying? See if we spot some familiar faces. Big up to the boy Liam Delap, man. Man City kid there on loan. Got a bright future. Will Smallboat of Southampton as well. On loan, Harry Sutar, Phil Jaggi. What? Phil Jagielka is still playing? No. How? Phil Jagielka is still playing. He's 40 years old, guys. 40 years old. Jesus Lord. Phil Jagielka is still playing. We're learning some things here, guys. We're learning some things. I didn't know this. Man. So, look, we go down to the managers really quick. Whoa. Matt Taylor, I don't know him at all. Definitely don't know him. And he's only 40 years old. Matt Taylor is 40 years old, just like Phil Jagielka. So, yeah, man. And for Stoke, Alex Neil. Heard the name already, but don't know the man that well. So, we're going to keep it moving. Definitely going to keep it moving. Bristol City 0, West Brom 2 in this game. Matt Phillips. Oh, man, Matt Phillips, you've been around a long time for West Brom. Brandon Thomas, Asante in the 75th minute. Check out the lineups really quick there, guys. If you see any names, so let me know. Big up to everybody in the chat, of course. You guys are the real deal. Big up to Abel. You know, exactly, Lego. Exactly. That was exactly my reaction. Big up to Pachara in the house, man. Pachara, how you feeling? Dom, do you think Chelsea has won the winter transfers in the Premier League? How? Please tell me how. How have they done that? By buying players that's going to have absolutely no impact? Guys, smash up the thumbs up button, man. We're talking championship. We're talking League One, League 2. Warm up for the first half hour here. Let's continue, man. Let's run through this. You know, no need to stay forever, but Daryl DK, Matt Phillips, Swift, all these guys, Molombi, all these guys, familiar names. Yokozlu. See what I'm saying? Like Darnell Forlong. Yeah. All right. So, okay. Okay. Grady Dion Garner. Okay. Rogic. Okay. Colin Grant. Okay. All right. Nigel Pearson in charge of Bristol City. And I know this guy. Carlos Coberan. Saw the name already. Well, we're not going to go into this too much, but definitely saw the name already. So, we got a few more to talk about. Cardiff 0, QPR 0. Let's just run down. We're learning the managers, guys. We're definitely learning the managers. So, for Cardiff, Mark Hudson, I don't know the guy very well. And, of course I know Neil Critchley. Of course. Come on. Of course I know Neil Critchley. Anyways, see, he was standing for Liverpool. Like, briefly. I know Neil Critchley. Come on, man. So he's at QPR these days. So we're not gonna go through the lineups like right now. We got more things to do. Luton Town 2, Norwich 1. Of course, guys, we know Dean Smith sacked in this game. Alan Campbell 61st. Timo Pukki scoring in the 69. Carly Woodrow, the late winner, and Gabriel Osher did get sent off for Luton. They still went on to win. Managers, guys, remember Luton Town's manager Nathan. What's his name? God damn. Whatever his name is, man. Nathan Jones. That's his name, right? The guy who took charge of Southampton. Yeah, so Rob Edwards now in charge. Saw that name before. Rob Edwards. Yeah, I know that name. Guys, right? I know that name. I kind of know the name. But yeah, Rob Edwards is now in charge of Luton Town, and Dean Smith sacked from Norwich City now. So I don't think they've actually appointed a new manager yet. So that's what it is there. We're going to keep it moving. Reading 2, Swansea 1. Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll is at Reading right now, guys. Andy Carroll. Tom Ince in the 53rd. Liam Cullen for Swansea in the 71st. So my uncle actually lives in Reading, guys, and he doesn't go to watch the games. I think he said he watched one game. He's been over there 20 years now. Shame on you, uncle. Shame on you. So check the lineups really, really quick. Junior Hoylett. He's at Reading these days. Is this Malang Sarr? Think so. Is this Malang? No, Nabi Sarr. Okay. Don't jump the gun with these names, man. Don't jump the gun. Yeah, nice to the team. Jeff Hendrick, Mamadou Loom. Jeff Hendrick, right? Yeah. That was a weird move when Newcastle picked him up, right? But still. Hendrick, I don't know who is his agent, but got to move to Burnley, then got to move to Newcastle. Didn't really work out too much. I think he went to like Scotland or something, you know. And guys, remind me to check out the Scottish League. After this, I have to check out the Scottish League real quick before we get to the Premier League, right? So let's go down to the managers. Paul Ince, former England player, and I think his son plays for his team, right? His son is on the team too. Tom Ince, that's his son. Definitely think that's his son. Yep. Tom Ince and Paul Ince. You're playing for your dad, man. It ain't easy. That always hard on you. Always definitely hard on you, man. So, guys, just hold up. Abel, also your take on Sancho. We talked about Sancho the last stream because Sancho actually is on disciplinary leave right now. You see what I mean? And I was actually thinking about him today. I was like, wow. I don't know the reason why. We're gonna find that out today too. We could find that out. We could definitely find that out, guys. So look, let's go back. Let's get up to date. Russell Martin, I don't know him. I'm not gonna act like I do. I don't know Russell, not at all. So with that being said, the last match, Burnley 3, Birmingham 0. Big up to Vincent Kompany and what he's doing at Burnley, man. Anna Zaruri, Connor Roberts, and Nathan Teller. He got some good loanies there, and they did bring in some very good signings. You know, remember Burnley recently taken over, and they have Vincent Kompany in charge of the team. Remember, Burnley used to actually be a team that was accused of being kind of racist, right? No black players really, and then of course, you know what I mean? I think the area where Burnley is up north, somewhere up north, it's kind of, you know, don't have a lot of integration up there. And yeah, you know, accused of, and then bam. I think there's, you know, a black guy is part owner of Burnley and now Vincent Kompany. So it's pretty weird, man. Burnley are not the same Burnley anymore. It's not the same Burnley with the Sean Dyche ugly football or whatnot. Burnley is actually very, very, very attractive to watch these days. And that guy that we were actually talking about, let's just check the lineup really quick. And this guy, Benson, Manuel Benson. Oh, man. He's one to watch. He is definitely one to watch. Ian Matson is having a good time there. So is Man City youngster there, Taylor Harwood Bellis. So team's looking good. They look like they're about to get promoted back to the Premier League. See Tahi Chung, Troy Deeney for Birmingham, Juninho Bacunia, Hannibal Mejbri. So they do got some quality. Bielik, man from Poland there. They do have some quality in their team there, man. So John Eustace. Don't know this guy at all. John Useless. That's what the fans are going to say when he start failing, right? Oh, man, John Useless. Anyways, let's take a look at the table really quick. Championship table, Burnley on top 50 points, Sheffield right behind 47. And look at the gap. Guys, look at the gap. 12-point gap between Blackburn Rovers and Sheffield United. It seems like Paul Heckingbottom and, of course, Vincent Kompany are taking the teams right back up to the freaking Premier League, man. So, crazy. Halfway through the season, all they need to do is to keep their heads. They do have a nice little cushion, and they'll be fine. So while we up for grabs is the playoff spots, where right now Millwall, Norwich, Watford, and Blackburn are actually occupying those spots. But look at this. Between 6th and 16th, look at that. 6th have 35 points. You go all the way down to 15th. It's only 3 points, guys. 16th, 3 points. 3 points separate 16th and 6th. Absolutely nuts when you think about it. We go down to the teams that are struggling right now. Huddersfield Town, Wigan Athletic, Blackpool, Hull City, Cardiff. And these teams are not really struggling when you think about it, right? Just a lack of wins. George. You see that? They could get right up in the thick of things pretty soon. So that's what it is for the championship, guys. Check the stats. Gaia Corris, he's leading the goal-scoring charts. Ben Brereton, Chuba Akpom does have 9 goals. Iliman Ndaye. We did take a look at this the last live stream as well. Daniel Basala in terms of creativity. Jack Clark, Ilyas Chaye, Ken Sema. So we're not going to go too much, down that rabbit hole at all. And guys, I'm actually still sick, which is crazy. I don't know. When you're sick and you have to go to work and you have to still do a lot of stuff, you don't get time to recover. Sleep deprivation, man. See what I mean? Not enough rest. Not enough rest at all. You know what I'm saying? When you get sick, you're supposed to be able to rest up until you're ready to go again. The body is telling you, hey, man, you're working me too hard. You're not eating properly. You're not drinking enough fluids. Take care of me, man. I'm sick. So, guys, let's take a look at the Scottish League really quick because big up to the boy Steve. He's not in here right now, the last time I checked. But SPFL, right? The Scottish Professional Football League. Big up to the boy Doug. Doug comes to mind as well. But if we check the Scottish League, where I'm going to just click like fixtures. Let me see something. I'm going to just click like Rangers because I really want to talk about Rangers. You know what I'm saying? Rangers sacked Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. And Steve was calling for this guy to get sacked for a very, very, very long time. So Giovanni Van Bronckhorst sacked. And in terms of who they hired, I didn't really look into it yet, to be honest. And let's scroll down and find out. Michael, oh yeah, I do know. Michael Beale. I think he was the former QPR manager, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was at QPR. Let's check him out really quick. Are you going to go from Queen's Park? Yeah! This is pretty weird, right? You're going to go from Queen's Park Rangers to Rangers? Oh, man, what a come up. What a come up by Michael Beale. But he was actually wanted, I think, by Southampton, if I'm not mistaken, and he turned down the Southampton job. I think it's Southampton, and then he joined Rangers. That was pretty weird. Maybe Rangers were offering more money. Or maybe he had second thoughts and he regretted not going to taking the first move, and he said, okay, let me take this one. Rangers do play in the European football and things like that, you know. So I guess he figured, why try to get a team promoted while I could play with, you know, manage a historically very good club. So that's what's going on with Rangers, guys. Rangers actually sacked Giovanni Van Bronckhorst after a poor run in the Champions League, and of course, they hired Michael Beale. So that's what's going on. Scottish Premiership right now, guys. First phase. I don't understand how the league system works too much, but I will do a little brushing up on that. I guess there's a first phase and second phase because there's not a lot of teams in the league, 12 teams. So right now, Celtic on top, 51 points. You might as well give him the title, right? But that's the first phase. So I don't know. Really don't know how it works, but I'll check that out. Definitely will check that out. So big up to Jamal Griffin in the house. Big up to you. Big up to Pacharo. Pacharo, bro. I'm going to get to the questions, bro. You can't be dropping 20 questions before I get to one. So definitely I'll get to the questions. You know, just save them until I'm really, you know, checking out the comments and things like that. Because you actually dropping questions on things that are not relevant to the stream right now. See what I mean? I haven't got to the Chelsea part. So if you drop Chelsea questions, I'll be like all over the place when it comes to the discussion. So that's what's going on in the championship. So at the bottom, Dundee United, 13 points. Ross County, Kilmarnock, Motherwell. So those teams are struggling. Like the business end, Celtic Rangers, Aberdeen, Hearts. So, guys, stats. Antonio Choliak, Bojan Miovski. These guys are scoring a lot of goals. Lara Shanklin, Kyogo Furuhashi, Japanese. Kevin Van Veen. You got Lil Abada, Luis Lopez, Matt O'Reilly, Jota. Jota is a really good player. Very bright future. Bona Barisic, James Tavernier, Ryan Kent. All very good players here, man. So, with that being said, guys, I do have some notes that I wrote down for the Premier League games. Few things that I want to touch on. For sure. I did write down notes on about 7 games. But the games that I watched today, I didn't write down any notes on those. So we're going to get to those games pretty soon. So let's get to the Premier League, guys. Let's get into the Prem de la Prem. I think this is what you guys have all been waiting for, right? For me to talk about the Premier League. Well, we've been warming up, okay? We've been warming up, and it's fine. We've been warming up. So at 48 minutes, we started talking about the Premier League. So I think I should make a note of that, right, guys? So drop in a timestamp there. 48 minutes. So if you're watching a replay and you touch the timestamp, yeah, thank me, man. Drop a thank you in the chat. So, guys, Premier League is back, man. It's the festival season. Felicimo, everyone. Festivalissimo. Guys, I'm getting a bit creative. You see what I'm saying? Every live stream would have somewhat of a title like that. And I'll be doing random stuff in the live stream. Random. So remember that. So you could come in and you could get a dose of everything to do with football instead of just the Premier League. You get what I'm saying? I was getting a bit bored, man. I really was. You know what I'm saying? I really was talking about only the Premier League, getting into the nitty-gritty of every single thing to do with the teams, and then nobody would show up, man. You see what I mean? When people doing things the right way, going in depth, y'all don't show no interest. So, you know what? I have to switch things up a bit. Definitely got to switch things up a bit, man. Can't be stubborn. So let's take a look at the scores here, guys. Let's take a look at the scores. We're going to go through each game briefly. touch on some points, and let's start with this game. Brentford 2, Tottenham Hotspurs 2. Before we do talk about this game, let's just take a quick look at Brentford's form, right? So Brentford, in terms of their form, 1-1 against Wolves, 2-2 against Forest. They'd lose to Gillingham in the EFL Cup on pens, beat Man City. So in terms of the Premier League, though, when you take a look at the Premier League, in terms of their last few games, 0-0 against Chelsea, 4-0 loss to Villa, 1-1 against Wolves, 2-2 against Forest, beat Man City, and we scroll forward to the 2-2 draw against Spurs. They haven't been doing too badly. Their next game is against West Ham coming up on Friday. So let's go back to this game, right? We're going to do things thoroughly, guys, but we're not going to spend super long, just so that you guys get a good rundown of how the team's form is and all of that. So, right? So, Brentford, first thing I noticed about Brentford, 2-2, of course, Vitaly Janelt, 15th minute. Ivan Toney in the 54th, he did get a goal chalked off. We will get into some more detail. But Harry Kane in the 65th, coming up clutch there. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg from close range, 71st. Spurs come back there to pick up a draw. We check Spurs on their form real quick. Spurs, it's going to go back just before the World Cup. I think this game against Bournemouth, they did come from behind. Definitely did. Won that game. So comeback ability there for Spurs. 3-2 win over Bournemouth. We're talking Premier League. Let's focus on the Premier League. They did lose to Liverpool 2-1. They beat Leeds 4-3. Let's take a look at that game again. And in this game, they came from behind again and went on to win that game. So give it up to Spurs for picking up some solid points coming, from a losing position. And now we get to the game against Brentford. So in this game for Brentford, what I noticed about this team is their midfield. Very, very stacked. And I think this is what earned them the point, because when you have quality midfielders like Jensen, Norgard, Janelt, with Roslef and Henry drifting in and running down the wings, you have enough to deal with Spurs' midfield of Højbjerg and Bissouma, who are very rigid in their approach. So I think that's where they earned a point and could have earned all three, where there was a lot of chances to win the game from both sides as well. So give it up to Brentford for that. And also Thomas Frank for making those moves. Thomas Frank just signed a new deal as well, guys. And that deal is until 2027. So a new 5-year contract for Thomas Frank. So pretty fat, juicy contract there for the Danish manager. And the team showing some faith in him and what he's done for the club. So let's indeed give it up for Thomas Frank. So we move Spurs, right? For Spurs, Matt Dougherty got a rare start. Japhet Tanganga, you hardly been seeing these guys from the start. Dejan Kulusevski back in the team because there's some injuries. Richarlison there. Yves Bissouma gets a start. Perisic from the World Cup. Fraser Foster gets a start because Hugo Lloris just came back from the World Cup final, was on the bench there as well. Just some nitty-gritty here, guys. Some good tidbits. Ivan Toney, his 50th Premier League appearance, 12th goal of the season. He scored there. 9 goals in the last 10. He even had a disallowed goal as well. We know Ivan Toney's in a bit of trouble with betting on football games, so there's going to be a ban for him coming soon. So hopefully for Brentford, they've done a lot of damage and pick up a lot of points before Ivan Toney gets a ban. But who knows? The ban might be suspended until maybe the next season. So hopefully for them, that's what happens so they could prepare. So Kane did have a penalty shout. He was whining, got pulled down. Went down a bit too easy, in my opinion. And Ben Mee was the culprit there. I have a question to ask you guys. And this is a very serious question, right? But how big is Eric Dyer's head? Answer that question in the chat. How big is Eric Dyer's head? That's what I'm just curious. I'm just curious, guys. Just curious, okay? Take a look at Dyer while I drop some more gems. So Kane have scored now in every Boxing Day fixture he's taken part in. So that's a great record. And he scored against all 32 Premier League teams he's faced as well. So these are some little stats that I found around the place, and I will touch on them a lot more a little later. So also in this game, the Brentford fans were singing to Harry Kane that he let his whole country down. And Harry Kane, don't think we actually going to forget that you missed that penalty at the World Cup against France. We're not ever going to forget that. So you could score as many goals as you want. We ain't forgetting that miss. The ball is still traveling into freaking orbit. It is. So the thing, right, just to wrap this game up, guys, Antonio Conte, he's mentioned that, Spurs, they would look to bring in a few signings in January, something of a similar mold to the Kulusevski and the Bentancur signing. Bentancur not fit yet, but look for Spurs to bring in a few players. I've seen them linked to right backs. I don't think they need any more right backs, though, because they have Emerson, Dougherty, and I guess these guys are not good enough for Conte, and he wants to bring in somebody fresh. You know what I mean? So off the bench, Davinson Sanchez, Ben Davies for Brentford, Justice Silva, Yoad Wissa-Saman, Godos. So not to really stretch this out too much more. 2-2 for Brentford and Spurs. I think it's a fair result, but Brentford should have actually won this game, seeing that they had a 2-goal lead. But credit to Spurs for bouncing back. They almost won it. Harry Kane, he did hit the crossbar, and Ivan Toney did have a few close shaves as well, where he could have won the game for his team too. So very good clash. This was a London derby, not the biggest one, but still, it lived up to the billing indeed. So big up to everybody in the chat, though. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button, man. Big up to Pierre. Big up to Jan. Abel in the house. Everybody in here, make sure y'all smash up the thumbs up button. I'm not playing with y'all, man. Like up the thing. Like up the video, okay? Like it up. We got 35 likes, guys. We're doing very well. Let's see if we could get the thing up to 50 thumbs up, man. Even 100. Even 100. I'm sick. I'm still doing this. Still doing this. I don't know what kind of bug my son caught at school, but it's not a good one. It's very, 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 very ravaging to my body. Seriously. Still got bills to pay. So you got to work. So imagine being sick, got to work. I've drank a lot of NyQuil over the days. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to beat this cold, man. Runny nose. No coughing really, but just my nose just keeps running, man. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, big up to the boy, Ron. Nice to see you in the house. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Coming out of Jamaica. Smash up the thing. Definitely smash up the thing. So, guys, we're going to move on, man. Definitely going to move on. I'll touch on the next match fixtures, but I don't want to stay super, super long on each and every game, though. You see what I mean, guys? Really don't. So, let's go back and let's move on to the next match that I got on the list, and that's Leicester 0, Newcastle United 3. Listen, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but this Newcastle team is something special here. Eddie Howe has done wonders at this club, and you have to give him a lot of credit. But they would not have been in this position if it wasn't for the oil money. Let's not act like it's not the oil money that's doing this. Let's not act like it's not the oil money. It takes oil money to transform a club. I'm a Man City fan. I should know. It takes oil money to transform a club. And if you look at this team, right? This team is a team transformed. Chris Wood in the 3rd minute. Miguel Almiron can't stop scoring. Even if you try to stop, the guy just can't stop scoring. The man had 9 goals in his first 100 plus games. And then in his last 16, he had 9. I don't know what happened. I don't know who blessed this guy down in Paraguay. I don't know what it is, but he's been an absolute fire. Big up to Miggy the Piggy Almiron. The reason why I call him Miggy the Piggy, because he's nasty. You see what I'm saying? Nasty. Joe Linton in the 32nd minute. Everybody's contributed, man. And Newcastle completely outplayed this Leicester City team, who was definitely missing a James Maddison. You could just feel it was tangible that James Maddison hole was gaping. Not doing well without their creative midfielder at all. But look, guys, see what oil money can do for you? You see? But anyways, though, look, we check the lineups real quick. Leicester, they've been pulling things back. Leicester City, let's just do a quick recap of what Leicester have done lately, right? We go back to October. 2-0 over Leeds, 4-0 over Wolves. Did lose to City. Yay. They did beat Everton. They've been doing well after post start to the season. Beat West Ham. You see that? So they were in good form. The World Cup came and disrupted things. Let's not act like the World Cup did not disrupt things. For some teams, the World Cup was a disruption. For some teams, the World Cup was well needed so that they could get things back on track. You see what I'm saying? You get it, right? Let that sink in for you. For some teams, it was a disruption. For some teams, it was for them to get things back on track. And for others, it didn't matter at all. It didn't matter. It really didn't. So it's just a minor blip for Leicester in what they've been doing. You gotta, you can't be too harsh on them. First Premier League match after the World Cup, so you can't really be too harsh on the team at all. But for Newcastle, man, this is what oil money could buy you. Chris Wood, right? Bruno Guimaraes, Dan Burn, Sven Botman, Kieran Trippier, Nick Pope. All these guys came in after the takeover. All of them. All of them. But I have to commend Newcastle for not trying to sign Kylian Mbappe and trying to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. They're doing things the right way. This is not FIFA career mode here. They're not FIFA career mode in it. They're doing things the right way, in a respectable way, I have to say. Still got some pretty average players in their team that they got to get rid of. But overall, they have brought in some good ones to, mix up with the ones that were there already, like Alain Saint-Maximin. You see what I'm saying? So look forward to see who they're going to sign. Big up to Alexander Isak as well. He's not in the squad. He's still dealing with some injury. But Isak was a big statement signing. And let's see who else Newcastle would actually bring in. Because when we take a look here, let's take a look here at the table. Let's not ignore the table. I didn't talk about the table for the last match, but Tottenham are 4th with 30 points. And we go to Brentford, they're 10th with 20 points. Let's zero in on Newcastle United. 33 points, 2nd, 5 wins in their last 5. This team is doing the business. I can't put it any other way, but they're doing the business. This is good. This is exciting. And I made a whole video talking about Newcastle being the most exciting team in the league. And I mean that. I mean it. I mean it, guys. Because we know what to expect from City. We know what to expect from Spurs. No trophies. We know what to expect. Arsenal historically did well, but they fall off a bit. They're coming back. And, credit to Arsenal. But Newcastle, though, oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh. Ooh. Makes you dream. Makes you dream. But anyways, in terms of the Leicester City here, they're 13th, 17 points. a setback, but they got to pull things back. In my opinion, I just think Leicester is they're just a bit stale. They need somewhat of a refresh, a rethink, maybe a change of manager could help them. But the thing is, Leicester City don't have a lot of money right now. I think we discussed that in the past. The money situation is not right about now. So they'll need to sort that out first. You know they say, wait till I get my money right. Who said that? Kanye West, right? Wait till I get my money right. So till they get their money right, we're going to just have to wait and see what they're going to do. But, guys, Newcastle with a convincing 3-0 victory over Leicester City. Team's on fire, man. Well, big up everybody in the house. The new Newcastle have announced themselves as top 4 contenders as we speak. Clinical in the house. Big up to you, boy. Big up to you. Who else we got in here, man? I don't mean to call you boy. Clinical in the house. Big up to you, bro. You know, some people will get offended if you call them boy. You know what I'm saying? But you're my boy, but, you know, positive way. You get what I'm saying? So, Abel, Dom, they're so far ahead of their target as far as development, and they do play exciting football, like you said in the past. Yeah, man. Newcastle is something else, man. Newcastle is something else. Jamal said the Arsenal neglect is real. Big up to Arsenal. We're going to get there. I have some good things to talk about Arsenal. I really do. I really do. But let's move on to the next game, though. Definitely move on to the next game. And that next game is the match between Southampton and Brighton, the South Coast derby here. Adam Lallana scoring against his old team, 14th minute. Roman Perrault own goal, 35th. These first 2 goals are really weird, though. Gavin Bazunu had a weird game. He should have saved that first goal. And the second one was weird. I think he got a touch. They were just poor. And they're under new management, of course. Nathan Jones, Brighton under new management as well. Fairly new in Roberto De Zerbi. And these guys would have had time during the break, the World Cup break, to figure things out and come back stronger than they did before the break. But for Brighton, you can't really point too much fingers at them because they've been doing well, even after Graham Potter left for supposedly greener pastures at Chelsea. But Brighton are looking good, though, I got to say. Look, Solly March have scored what is one of the goals of the season contenders. Surely it will be given as the goal of December. December will be a short month with about only 2 matches. But if they are to give awards for December, he got to win goal of the month because that was a hell of a goal. And I've criticized this player in the past, but I have to say, recently, he's definitely stepped up, man. Give it up. Definitely give it up to Solly March. So, Brighton, I have to give a lot of credit to Brighton because Brighton and their recruitment is absolutely wild. James Ward-Prowse did score in the 73rd minute, did get a penalty, got it saved, and then put in the rebound. Robert Sanchez, bad boy Robert Sanchez getting into fights and things, almost got a red card. Sam Edozie, who won that penalty, is out of this world when it comes to dribbling. So give it up to the former Man City youngster, but his dribbling ability, oh man, is Brazilian. Let me just put it out there. It is Brazilian. So trickery is one to admire, I have to say. So look here. Let's talk about Brighton. Recruitment. Look at this Brighton team. Trossard. Kaoru Mitoma was absolutely on fire in this game. Unlucky not to score, but running through, running behind, dribbling past players. Mitoma, what a player, man. He was a Brighton player on loan, I think, at Royal Saint-Gilloise. And they brought him back to the club. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the club he was at. And no wonder that club did well. But Mitoma is a player that we definitely can't take lightly. Solly March had a good game. Moises Caicedo, we know how good he's been for Ecuador. Purvis Estupinian with that ball in the box. Oh my, Purvis Estupinian, man. What a player. Levi Colwill on loan, I think, from Chelsea, was involved in one of the deals there with I think with Cucurella, if I'm not mistaken. Lewis Dunk, Joel Veltman. Very reliable players there in those last two names. Robert Sanchez, quality goalkeeper, if you ask me. But when you check the bench, Tariq Lamptey can't make the team. Jeremy Sarmiento, who's now fit again after dealing with some injury. We saw him with Ecuador. He's really good. I want to see more of Julio Enciso and, of course, Dennis Undav. But what I think this Brighton team is missing is a striker. They're missing an out-and-out, really deadly striker up top, and they have been for a while. They really have. So Billy Gilmore, Evan Ferguson, youngster, they get a run out. So this team, a lot of potential, and they did sign a player from Argentina, and his name is Buonanotte or something like that. Buonanotte. Let me see something. Let me try to write his name. His name means good night. His name literally means good night, right? Look at that. His name means good night. Footballer. Diego Buonanotte. Anyways, Argentinian player here. That's him. And he is signed with Brighton. Let me make sure it's him. It might be another one. Let me see if it's him, right? No, it's not him. Wrong there. It's not him. It is not him. It's another one. The tragedy, did he die? Oh, tragedy and recovery. It's not him. Footballer, Brighton. It's not him. Sorry there. Facundo Buonanotte. All right, so Brighton did buy him. The information is not there, but Brighton did get him. Let's take a look at the news right here. Brighton signed Argentina wonder kid Facundo Buonanotte, and we take a look at this, and for 10 million pounds. So they brought him in, I think, from Rosario Central. I think that's a place where Messi's from, if I'm not mistaken, and who finished 20th place out of 28 teams. And yes, it's a 28 top flight. Bonkers. I didn't even realize the Argentina League was 28 teams. I really didn't. He got 4 goals and 2 assists from 34 appearances and drawn comparisons to Lionel Messi. Oh my God. Nah, this can't be real. This is all cap here. Guys, this gotta be cap, right? Did Brighton just sign the new Messi? So yeah, it's not this guy here. It's not this guy, guys. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. It's not him. It ain't him. But I just wanted to say this to talk about Brighton's recruitment. We think Alexis McAllister as well. Cucurella, who just moved to Chelsea. Yves Bissouma, who just moved to, Tottenham. We just got to admire their recruitment. And I'm going to leave it right there, though. Quality win there by Roberto De Zerbi and his boys. And in terms of the standings, they're 7th. That's a European place. That's a Conference League spot, 24 points. And for Southampton, they're struggling at the bottom of the table. Last. I did predict them to get relegated too, guys. So let's see if it's going to happen. It'll be sad, but Southampton be selling their best players for years, man. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that and not get relegated eventually. So I like to take the time to big up everybody in the house. Appreciate you guys coming through and supporting the thing. It's a pleasure. It is indeed a pleasure to do this. So we are 14 minutes in. We got a lot of time left. Like my boy Ryan was telling me today, he says, yo, Dom, you do a good job, but your streams be a bit too long, bro. You got to have replay value in the streams. No. I want to make sure I cover everything. Cover it well, and make it fun and entertaining. And we're talking a lot of things today. We touched the English pyramid. We're talking English Premier League. We even went over to Scotland briefly and talk about that league. We're going to touch on La Liga. We're going to touch, guys, I have a little bit of rabbit hole to go down as well. Some news articles I want to touch on. These are things I wanted to do for a while. And I'm finally going to get to do it. You see what I mean? My dreams are finally coming to fruition. But guys, we need 7 more thumbs up to hit 50. Let's make it happen, man. I know you guys could do it. I have faith in y'all. Let's make it happen. Definitely make it happen. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. Crystal Palace. Oh, man, 0. Fulham 3. Give it up to Fulham. Bobby Reed in the 31st minute. Tyreek Mitchell, a straight red. I don't think he meant to stamp on the player there. If that was at the World Cup, he would not have got it already. It would have been a yellow card. And I think I mentioned that before. It would have been a yellow card. Then James Tompkins got a second yellow, got sent off, elbowing Mitrovic in the face inadvertently. Tim Ream put in a brilliant goal in the 71st minute, set up by Mitrovic too. So Mitrovic picked up 2 assists and a goal in this game. Brilliant goal to head in at close range. But Bobby Reed, though, that goal was good. Header from the Mitrovic cross. The Tim Ream goal was exquisite. That was his first Premier League goal as well. So, look, just to touch on lineups really, really quick for James Tompkins, that was his first start in a year. Tyreek Mitchell picked up his first senior red card there as well. And it was a 150th Crystal Palace cap for Jordan Ayew, who did smash the crossbar, unlucky not to score. He's yet to score this season in the league as well. Fulham, this is the first win for Marco Silva at Selhurst Park, and the first goal for Alexander Mitrovic against Crystal Palace. And I like to take the time to just mention one thing. This Willian, it's amazing, right? And you go from Chelsea to Arsenal, you flop there, you go back to Brazil, and you make a surprise comeback to Fulham. And Willian deserves a lot of credit. He's been performing very well, I got to say. Andreas Pereira, he's been doing well. Did, have a good free kick there too. Forced to save out the keeper. But if you look at this Fulham team, this team under Marco Silva was built to survive the test of the Premier League. And I think they will. They're doing very well, and they've recruited well. And what they could do to even bolster their chances, if they have any more money in the kitty, spend. If you have any players in the team that you think you don't need, loan them out or try to get them sold. Don't be carrying around any dead weight. Don't. It will hurt you in the long run. But the João Palhinha signing, quality. You see that? Issa Diop. You see that, right? Bringing in Bernd Leno from Arsenal, having a solid goalkeeper there. Solid backbone. You see that? You check the bench. Harry Wilson from Liverpool. You see that? Dan James, impetus from Leeds. Carlos Vinicius, experience, a Portuguese. So you see, you got to give him a lot of credit. You definitely got to give Marco Silva some credit there. He's been around for a while too. So, but look, it's just sad to see Patrick Vieira's face. His team let him down. They were poor in defense early on in the game. They were making a lot of mistakes, rash tackles. And even when they were in the match, guys, at 1-0, right? 10 men, they were still in the game. They could have gotten a goal. Close up shop, they conceded a second and a third. So you got to give it to Fulham for not taking their foot off the throat of Crystal Palace in this London derby here, and for picking up 3 more valuable points. So just to do a quick recap of what these teams have done lately, right? We check Crystal Palace. 2-1 against West Ham, go back to November. 1-0 loss to Forest. If we go back a little further, 3-0 loss to Everton, 2-1 win against Wolves. So it's fair to say that it's been a mixed bag for Crystal Palace, right? And if we do want to take a quick look at Fulham, because we also catching up. Go back to October, 3-0 versus Villa. They did beat Leeds 3-2, 0-0 against Everton, lost to City, of course they did, yay. Lost to United, and they drew to, well, that was a friendly, I think, but they went there and beat Crystal Palace. So they've been doing well. We checked the table really quick there, guys, and Fulham are 9th with 22 points. They need 18 points with 22 games to go to survive the drop. Fulham are not going down, guys. Fulham are staying up. Congrats to one of the biggest I think they're the biggest yo-yo club in England. They're the club that went up and went down, come back up the most times, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely gotta give it to Marco Silva for what he's done with the team there. As for Crystal Palace, they're always there and about the 11th, 19 points. Don't expect anything more from Crystal Palace, guys. That's what you're gonna get. They'll survive, but they won't do anything great. And I think that's just a problem with Crystal Palace. They do okay. And that's just about it. But you thrive to do a lot more than okay, right? You thrive to actually qualify for Europe, at least tease, and they haven't been doing that at all. But give it up to Patrick Vieira. He is one of the few prominent black managers around, and Vieira, bro. Don't you think I don't see what you're trying to do with this team, bro? This team look a lot like the French national team, bro. You see what I'm saying? But the results are not looking like France results at all. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say here, but you see Eze Zaha, Ayu, Schlupp Dukori Olise, Mitchell Klein. You see that? You see what I'm saying here? You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So I see what you're doing here, Vieira. I see what you're doing. So shout out to Patrick Vieira and Crystal Palace, man. You know what I mean? They're representing. That's all I got to say. We're going to keep it moving indeed, though. But big up to everybody in the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Victor Wong, not Wang, but Wong is saying, in your view, is Enzo coming to Liverpool? Bro, Norwich. Is Norwich and Fulham. Is Enzo coming to Liverpool? Bro, we don't know. Who thought that Gakpo was going to go to Liverpool? We'll get to Cody Gakpo pretty soon. We will get to Cody Gakpo pretty soon, okay? But, guys, if you're in here, don't forget to like the video. Show your support by liking the video. We got, how many likes we got now? Did we reach 50? Have we got to 50 yet, guys? We're building something special here. Remember that. 5 more thumbs up to get to 50. Giannis saying I want kudos for cheap. Kingberg, TV, and Antonio Silva, the young Portuguese center back. Let's see, man. Let's see if Liverpool do any more business, man. But it was a surprise to see they sign Cody Gakpo. We will get to Cody Gakpo pretty soon. So let's go back and let's move on. We're moving on to the 5th game, guys. We're doing well. And the next game is Everton Wolves. 2-1 win for Wolves, a late win, right? 8 Norwich scoring back-to-back games now. I'm telling you, Everton, they must feel really bad about this. You could just tell from Frank Lampard's expression at the end of the game there when they got that goal scored on them, man. That's hard. That's hard. Because from a winning position, they drop all the points. Give it up to Wolves. Good goal by Daniel Podence and Ryan Aït-Nouri coming off the bench, having to play second fiddle to Hugo Bueno again. He scored a very good goal. Back-to-back games, man. So Ryan Aït-Nouri is definitely raising his stock as a very good attacking left back there. So just some notes here. Thomas Cannon came off the bench for Everton, and he's a Liverpool native. He's a forward. He got subbed on. He's only 18 years old. Connor Cody couldn't feature against his parent club, Wolves, so definitely a setback. For Wolves, this was Julian Lopetegui's first Premier League match in charge. They had a player by the name of Joseph Hodge, a 20-year-old Irish midfielder starting, and the young Spanish left back, Hugo Bueno, who's been pretty good, I have to say. Guys, get it? Hugo Bueno? He's been good. So look for him in the future. So for Everton, man, their Achilles heel in this game is basically not taking their chances, and they lose another game from a winning position. Let's take a look at Everton's form recently. Let's go back to October. 2-1 loss to, let's start on a positive note. 2-1 win against Southampton, 2-1 loss to United, 2-0 loss to Spurs, 1-0 loss to Newcastle, beat Crystal Palace 3-0, 0-0 against Fulham, lost to Leicester City there. So Not good. And before the World Cup, they did lose twice to Bournemouth in the EFL Cup and the league. So they've been going through a slump. And when we thought that they were going to get something against this Wolves team who's been struggling big time, they lose the game in the last minute, basically. That is not good. That means the team's not concentrating. And that's a testament to all the freaking chances that they missed. Anthony Gordon, we know how good he's been this season. I don't know what he did during the break, but maybe he wasn't focusing on football. Maybe he was, linking up with a few girlfriends and things like that. You know what I mean? His future wife, maybe focusing on that. Because come on, these players are humans too, right? But they missed way too many chances. And that hurt them in the end. Everton are in a relegation battle along with Wolves. Let's just say that. Let's just put it that way. Simple, simple, simple. Lampard, he could get the sack. Anytime. It could happen. Anytime. But credit to Wolves. Credit to Lopetegui. Saw how much he jumped and he enjoyed this win. First Premier League game, W. Let's take a quick look at just the lineups really briefly, right? Everton not looking too bad. Remember that chance Neil Maupay had and he was like too slow to chase the ball down to get in behind? They need a quality striker up top. I know they have Calvert-Lewin. He's never fit. He's never fit. That's hurting the team. He's never fit. Dwight McNeil, he stepped up before the World Cup. He's going to need to step up again. Iwobi and all these guys going to need to step up. But for Wolves, they needed this badly. Really, really bad. And they got a late win. Nothing really impressive about what they did on the day, but the manager made some changes and it paid off. It really did. They have quality in the team. Just have to know how to get the best out of these players. Simply put. But Everton, let's check the table really, really quick, guys. Let's check the league table. See that? More shots, more possession. They looked the better team, but lost the game. Got to scroll down to the bottom. Everton are just outside the relegation zone. 14 points, 16 matches. They've only won 3 matches. That's not good enough. They got to win more games. 1 win in their last 5. That is poor. This is relegation form. Frank Lampard, he got to worry. Got to worry about his future. His buddy Steven Gerrard is already sacked by Villa, so it could be him next. Could definitely be him next. As for Wolves, they jump off the bottom of the table and they go up to 18th with 13 points. Their first win in their last 5. So kudos to Wolves and those big 3 points. They are making strides and making an effort to actually get out the relegation zone and to survive the drop. But whose expense would it be at? Would it be at Everton's expense? We scroll up a bit more. Could it be at Leeds or Bournemouth's expense? Aston Villa, maybe. I don't think so, but you never know, man. You never know, guys. You never know. You could get relegated. Guys, I was playing a FIFA career mode for FIFA 23, right? 23? Yeah, for 22. FIFA 22. I'm telling you, Arsenal got relegated. Came back up and got relegated again. So anything could happen. I know it's just FIFA, but still. Anything could happen if you don't manage your money right. So keep your eye on the Everton situation indeed there, guys. I think that's pretty much it to talk about when it comes to this game. Nothing more really to add. Do you guys have anything else to add? Talk to me. So big up to Kingberg TV. How are you doing? How are you doing, Kingberg? Let me see what else we got here. Let me see. Lego Dude, big up yourself. Zlatan Ibra, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Who else we got in here? But appreciate everybody in the house here, man. So Kingberg is saying Gakpo is a ball in the doubt. I don't know if we get in kudos Amrabat. I see that. Amrabat, he see that happening. All right, let's see who else Liverpool signed, man. Let's see who else Liverpool signed. We will talk a bit about some of that, though. Neverton. They're struggling, man. Definitely struggling. So, guys, we got quite a few more games to talk about, 4 more matches. We're doing well, though. We're doing very well. I'm proud of the progress. Definitely proud of the progress we're making right now. And let's move on to the next game here. Arsenal, West Ham. Let's take a look at this. Guys, I have to say, right? When West Ham scored that penalty there to Said Benrahma, 27th minute, I said, yeah, these suckers are going to drop points. Because, of course, I'm a City fan. I need Arsenal to drop some points. I'm not going to lie. I need them to drop some points. Let's not act like we don't all want Arsenal to drop some freaking points. I want them to drop some points. Because I still don't think Arsenal are actually going to win the league. I don't think so. I know it sounds weird, but I don't think they're going to win the league, right? I think they're going to probably come in fourth. And this is what I have in my mind. But Arsenal seems hell-bent on proving us all wrong because 1-0 here, Said Benrahma. Pretty even game. Saliba brought down Jared Bowen. Referee pointed to the spot. VAR confirmed. Said Benrahma stepped up, dispatched. 1-0 at halftime. West Ham did get a few look-ins. Arsenal, of course, had a few look-ins. Scored a goal to Saka, but it was disallowed. And I was like, okay, Arsenal are going to blow this game. They're not winning. At least a draw. Tell me why. Tell me why. These boys came out in the second half and completely blew West Ham away. Within 20 minutes, Saka, 53rd. Good goal, cheeky. Martin Odegaard with a shot that ended up at Saka's feet. They got lucky, but Saka finished it. Martinelli, what a goal to beat Fabianski at his near post. Former Arsenal man Fabianski too. What a goal. That was exquisite. Fabianski, he felt it. He felt it because it's his fault. How you sneak in the near post like that, I don't know. And Eddie Nketiah, oh my God, the turn on Thilo Kehrer was tangible. I have to say this, Thilo Kehrer is not good enough. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. And no wonder Germany's not doing well when you have all these guys in a setup. No wonder he never made it at PSG. This guy ain't no good. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not trying to be nice here. He's already given away penalties. He's already made a lot of mistakes. He's got sent off already, I think. Thilo Kehrer is hot garbage. And Eddie Nketiah, he showed us that. That was brilliant. That turn, and the finish, Eddie Nketiah, this is your chance. Gabriel Jesus injured. You can't say, I signed a new contract. Right? I signed a new contract and I'm not getting enough time. Bro, this is your time. This is your chance. This is your chance. Take the chance. Take the bull by its horns. And he surely did with that goal. He's going to have more opportunities. He could start every game. If he scores a goal every 2 games, a goal every 3 matches, that's not bad. The next 9 matches or so, he could pick up 4 goals. That's not bad for Eddie Nketiah. He could prove that he's not just a backup striker. And he could give Arteta the option of sending Jesus out wide in some games and putting him through the center. You see what I mean? If you want to rotate things. Look, man, Arsenal, I don't think they're winning the title, but these guys are showing me that they could just go on to win the title. I don't think they're winning it, but I won't be surprised if they do. And if they actually do, it would be a hell of a title win. And just to note, Arsene Wenger was in the building too. So Wenger, very proud, very, very proud of the team. You know, he's a fan. He's a fan of the club. He managed the team for 20 years. Of course, he's a fan of the club. Definitely a fan. But Arsenal, they got something special building. Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and if they're to add a Mikhailo Mudryk to this team, oh my God. And I'm not just talking about throwing him in there. Integrate him nicely. Arsenal did put in a bid for Mikhailo Mudryk. Shakhtar said the bid is a bit too small. I think it's 40 million for the bid and 20 million in add-ons. Yeah, you're going to need to pay a bit more for Mudryk. Arsenal, up the money before you lose the player. Definitely respect to Arteta and what he's done with this team, though. A lot of credit. A lot of credit to what he's done. A lot of respect, man. Arsenal on top of the league. 15 matches played on top of the league. 40 points. First to 40. First to 40 this season. Remember last season when Arsenal played the entire August and didn't score a goal, not pick up a single point? We were all laughing at Arsenal. Look at where they're at now. Look at where they're at now. But guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. If you're an Arsenal fan, big up yourself. Liverpool fans, City fans, Tottenham fans, everybody in here, man. Big up yourself, man. Guys, we hit 50 thumbs up. That's a good achievement. Let's aim for 60 or more. If you're watching a replay, smash up the thumbs up button, man. But give it up to Arsenal for winning this game from a losing position and for staying on top of the league, proving their doubters, their haters wrong. And they look a very, very cohesive bunch, very talented unit. You go down in defense, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, versatile, man. Kieran Tierney, he played, Xhaka, and Thomas Partey in the midfield along with Odegaard. This team is nice. This team is nice. And they could only get better. If they add a few more quality signings to their setup, Mikhailo Mudryk, that would be a nice touch. That would be a nice touch. And they've been linked to other players, of course, but as the transfer window opens and players get unveiled, we'll talk about them some more, though. Definitely. But it's official that Arsenal definitely did put in a bid for Mikhailo Mudryk. So if it definitely happens, I'll drop a video on it talking about my thoughts on Mudryk. I do think Mudryk is a special player, though. Seen him for Shakhtar in the Champions League and watched a few video clips. I did check him out on my reaction channel too. He is indeed the real deal, a special generational type talent. The Ukrainian, Mikhailo Mudryk. Only Jesus. Yeah, man. So, look, not to drag this out too longer, but Arsenal on top of the league, they're looking like definite title contenders. As for West Ham, they're in a relegation battle. No secret about that. David Moyes needs some new ideas. Players need to step up and they need to get their act together. If we just take a quick look at their form, just, we go back to October there in terms of the Premier League. Remember, they've been juggling the Conference League as well, and they've been doing well in that tournament. So give it up to them. They beat Fulham 3-1, 1-1 against Southampton, lost to Liverpool, beat Bournemouth, lost to United. They lost to Crystal Palace, and they lost to Leicester. So they've been going through a rut. Definitely going through a rut lately. The next game is against Brentford. They're going to have to step it up. Some winnable games coming up, but they could also lose those matches as well. As for Arsenal, guys, we don't even need to check these guys out. We don't. They've only lost once all season. Let's check their stats. Once all season and drawn once all season. So why are we going to check these guys out? Why? They're the best team in the league by 7 points. They got a game in hand to freaking Newcastle. And if City win their game tomorrow, Arsenal will still have 5 points over City. It's not a big gap. Could be closed. But the key for Arsenal to winning this title, they have to beat Man City twice. Beat Man City twice. Beat Liverpool again. Beat up Spurs. Beat up United. They did lose to United. That's their only loss, I could recall. They have to win these battles. Beat Newcastle. You see what I'm saying? These things. You do these things, you win the title. Don't drop points to these bottom teams, these bottom dwellers, these bottom feeders. Don't drop points to them. Smash them up. Beat them up. Be ruthless. Don't take your foot off the gas. Don't be nice. Do not be nice. Nice guys finish last. And Arsenal will go on to win the title. They've been scoring a lot of goals. The defense is tight. It's the perfect storm for them to go on to win the title. Are they going to do it? It's up to them. It's up to them. Guys, the season is still young. We're not halfway through yet. So let's not even get carried away. I saw a question asking if Man City could still win. Guys, do not trust Man City. Do not trust Man City. If a team's going to go on 20-match unbeaten run, it's City. And they do something like that, Arsenal are in trouble. Or they would have to match the same feat. But with that being said, guys, we're definitely going to keep it moving. Big up to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys in here right about now. You guys are the real deal for being a part of the stream. Indeed. Do appreciate it, man. So, Kingberg, I won't lie, Arsenal looking good, but we are only 16 games into the season. You see what I'm saying? See what I mean? See what I mean? Exactly my point. Exactly my point. So, yeah, definitely Kingberg. Definitely. Exactly my point, man. So, guys, we're going to get into some of the games that were played. We still have to talk the Liverpool Aston Villa. And it's actually waiting on someone to come through, but it seems like they're busy. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're gonna talk. We're gonna definitely talk. I know you guys came in to hear me talk about Gakpo. So let's talk, man. Let us talk. There was 2 games played today. Let's touch on the games today. Let's leave the Liverpool game for last. And we're going to talk the City match as well. Let's just touch quickly on the game coming up tomorrow. Last game here for the match week. Leeds versus Manchester City. We check the stats right now. For Leeds, 15th with 15 points, 14 matches, 4 wins, 3 draws, 7 losses. Not bad. Still, season's still young, right? Let's see if what you call it there, what's his name, man? God damn, how am I running a blank? Jesse Marsh is gonna keep his job and help Leeds stay up in the league. For Pep Guardiola, Man City, guys, we know Pep signed a contract extension until 2025, man. You can't get rid of this guy. You really can't. The man is like a roach. You can't get rid of him. See what I mean? He just keeps winning. Doesn't matter what you do. He just keeps adapting. He's a roach. Guys, and I'll bind a roach. Let's go. I know Pep Guardiola wouldn't appreciate me calling him a white roach, but it's all good, man. So, look, defending champions, new contract for Pep, Erling Haaland, 18 goals, Julian Alvarez, World Cup winner, should be back soon. Kevin De Bruyne on absolute fire for City, not Belgium. And in terms of the recent form, defeated Liverpool in the League Cup. Yeah. I had to rub that one in. Defeated Chelsea in the League Cup. Yeah. I had to rub that one in again. But we did lose to Brentford in the last Premier League game. Defeated Fulham 2-1. Defeated Sevilla. Defeated Leicester due to Dortmund. Defeated Brighton. Lost to Liverpool in a game that I did watch live in the flesh. Beat Southampton. So, Man City's been in pretty good form despite a few hiccups along the way. It is okay. It is okay. It's definitely okay. I expect us to beat Leeds. I expect nothing but a win against Leeds. We got to go full strength. Got to go hard. Leeds are dealing with some injury problems right now. So we should look to exploit that and definitely pick up 3 points because you can't afford to drop points with Arsenal picking them up for fun. Or else it could count out being in the title race right now. we would have to be playing for top 4 like the rest. Arsenal will run away with the league. So I do expect a win here from Manchester City. I haven't really looked at the manager's press conference yet or anything. I don't really want to talk too much about this, so we're going to leave that exactly where it's at there, though. So with that being said, good luck to City. Good luck to Leeds as well. I hope they lose. Let's talk. Man United 3, Nottingham Forest 0. And that's what they did. They offered absolutely nothing. Nothing. That's what they have been so far in the league. A nothing team. But you got to give them credit for getting back in the league. They brought in about 25 players. They're still trying to gel. It's not going to be easy. Trying to get that quality in. Creating a little. They're trying to create that balance, but it's pretty difficult. Marcus Rashford with a brilliant goal in the 19th minute. He's in great form. Anthony Martial to follow up in the 22nd and Fred off the bench in the 87th minute. We check the lineup really quick, guys. Luke Shaw was in defense. Malacia, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, or maybe Casemiro was back there as well. But look, Harry Maguire was on the bench. He did come off, but he didn't start. Talks that he's not feeling well, so maybe that's the reason. But look, man, United, the whole Cristiano Ronaldo thing, Marcus Rashford is actually playing better without Ronaldo in the team. They have a few youngsters they bring in through the ranks like Ilanga and Alejandro Garnacho, who could definitely step up for Argentina in the future. I think he will be an Argentina player in the future. A few youngsters on the bench there as well. Zidane Iqbal, really nice name. But you see Danny Van de Beek getting a run out. So kudos to him for getting some game time there. But Man United, they showed a lot more intent. Wayne Hennessy had to pull off a lot of saves as well. So it could have got even uglier. While not Brentford, but Nottingham Forest didn't really test Man United enough. Jesse Lingard went off injured against his old team. They're going to go to reception, but they didn't test United enough at all. And if we check the stats really quick, let's check the stats. Let me give you guys some hard facts. 17 shots for United, 8 on target. Forest, 8 shots, 3 on target, only 34% of the ball. Forest have been struggling. They're towards the bottom of the table. United are not doing great themselves, but they're 5th, 29 points. That's not bad. They're still in the top 6, but ideally, they would want to be in the top 4, where they know they'll be fighting and competing for that Champions League spot. We know they're not going to win the league. Well, you never know, but they're not going to win the league. They would be happy that they're 4 points ahead of Liverpool with the same amount of games played, yeah. But still, it's not where Man United want to be, but it's a project. They're building. Ten Hag knows who he wants in his setup. See, he forced Ronaldo out. A few more players might get forced out as well. And it's a project that he's building. The fans got to get behind him and support him, because look at what happened there with Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. Won them an FA Cup. They've showed a lot of faith in him. It's been a couple years since he's been in charge, about 3 years. And look at that. He's on top of the league table. It's right there in front of your eyes. You're seeing it. Arsenal. If you're waking up from a coma or from a long dream and you see Arsenal on top of the table, you'll be like, what the hell is going on here? Am I in the right world? Yeah, you are. So you can't be too trigger happy with the sacking. You got to give managers time. If you give managers time, they could produce. And maybe Ten Hag needs a bit of time, because he's already brought in a few players that look good. You see what I mean? But a player that I have to really do some investigation about is Jadon Sancho. Guys, let's take a quick search of Jadon Sancho. What is going on with Sancho? I didn't really know what's going on with him. But in the news, Manchester United have a problem with Anthony after Nottingham Forest win. What is that problem? Okay, what is that? Jadon Sancho's ex-boss sends Man United message after Eric Ten Hag. Sancho still absent for Man United training. Eric Ten Hag provides blunt answer to when asked about Sancho 5 days ago. But in terms of the news here, what is going on with Sancho? What are you guys saying in the chat? If you guys know what's going on with Sancho, let me know. Just save me the save my energy. I don't want to look up too much research here, man. Come on, help me out. What is going on with Sancho? Why was he on disciplinary leave? What did he do? I'm seeing the word blunt a lot. Was he smoking blunts? I don't know. I've seen the word blunt a lot. Jadon Sancho still missing from Carrington without a favor start training with a Man United. What is going on here, man? What is going on with 100 million euro man, Jadon Sancho? Oh man, listen. You're a former City youngster. You're going back to United. Oh man, nothing good could come from that. Nothing good. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let me see. Sancho has been exiled to train alone, but I'm not sure exactly why. Okay. Can we talk about Anthony? I'm thinking about that spliff, man. I haven't spoken spliff since summer of 2013. I'm good, man. Big up to Miran Osman in the house. Big up to you guys. Make sure you like the video. Will Sancho follow the same destiny as Cristiano? Who knows? He picked the wrong club indeed. He should have never went to United. That was such a stupid move, man. As a former City youngster, you want to rub it in our faces and you're going to Man U. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? Look at me giving away my location there. Cambria Heights, Queens. God damn, this thing. Listen, if I was big, I'm not big. But if I was big and somebody wanted to stalk me and find me, they'll know to look in Cambria Heights, Queens for me. Wow. Based on your past activity, update location. Let me update my location. Can't update? Come on. Don't show my location then, stupid. But anyways, I don't want to play Scooby-Doo trying to find out what's going on with Jadon Sancho at all. Seriously. I really don't. But let's see. Still absent? We're going to find out. Jadon Sancho still has not returned to Manchester United Carrington Training Complex. And United are due to train this afternoon ahead of the League Cup 4th round tie against Burnley, blah, 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 blah. The 23-year-old started an individual training program in the Netherlands 4 weeks ago. And United manager Erik ten Hag said earlier this month, Sancho was not fit enough to figure in United's training camp in Spain. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, maybe he's depressed from not making the England World Cup squad. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of pressure on players, man. You see what I'm saying? Because when you get, have such a big price tag, you're making all that money, you're young, the pressure could get to you. You're not doing well. You see what I mean? The pressure could get to you. You could start doubting yourself. And maybe that's what's going on with Sancho. Could start eating a lot of ice cream and Snicker bars, and he's feeling a bit sorry for himself, eating a lot of pizza, a late night domino run. Hey, man, bring me 2 pizza pies, Hawaiian, margarita, and he eat all of it. You see what I'm saying? So maybe that's what's going on with Jadon Sancho. I don't know. Or maybe he's having girl problems. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Because, sometimes you get that one girl, man, and the thing is just so nice, and she giving you a little bit of problems, and you just can't get your mind off her, and it affects your game. Yeah, that could happen. You know what I'm saying? These things do happen. These players are humans. These players are humans, guys. So let's see, man. Let's see what happens with Jadon Sancho. Maybe he's mad that Anthony came in and Anthony was bought for big money and there's Anthony playing well, but guys, I fell asleep watching the United game today, I must admit. I'm not going to lie. I fell asleep watching the game. I was really tired. I went to work today, was my day off, and I fell asleep. You see what I'm saying? Because the reason why I fell asleep too, because I was like, what the heck? What am I doing? I was like, what am I doing here? Why am I watching Man United versus Nottingham Forest? Why? You know why? Because I'm hoping for Nottingham Forest win. That's all. And the moment that I saw United were doing well, I was like, you know what? You know what? Let me go into dreamland right now. But I heard Casemiro played well. A lot of people have been talking about Casemiro. Wan-Bissaka's getting some game time. There's been talks that he would be sold. All that good stuff. You see? So, yeah. Nottingham Forest, man. You got to feel it for this team. A lot of signings, but they ain't doing a goddamn thing. Nothing. Nottingham Forest. Oh, God. Guys, let's take a look at the stats really quick here. And Man United, a fifth, 29 points. We take a look at Nottingham Forest. And they're 13. They got 13 points, sorry. They are 19th in the league. Look, they could still survive. I predicted them to stay up to place 13th. They could still survive. But they can't continue to lose games. They have 2 wins in their last 5, which is good. And Steve Cooper got to pull things back because, look, all they need is a nice little run, a 5-match run. Let's see who they have next. Let's see. Let's check them out. Oh, man, Chelsea. Oh, nah. They got Chelsea next. That's not good. But Southampton, okay. Wolves, okay. That's FA Cup. Okay, FA Cup is coming up. That's my birthday, guys, January 7th. So FA Cup, quarterfinal of the EFL Cup. Okay. All right. So you got Southampton, you got Leicester, you got Bournemouth, you got Leeds. Okay, you got Fulham. You see, this is where you come back. This is where you put your season back on track. Nottingham Forest. This is where you pull things back right there, guys. I've identified it. I figured it out. Man, and I didn't need to use any calculus or anything. Man United, however, fight for top 4. Are they gonna get it, guys? It's there for the taking. It is there for the taking. Spurs, City, Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Brighton, Fulham, these teams, it'll be a nice little race for the rest of the season for those European spots. Who's going to get them? It's only left. It's only a matter of time before we know. So, big up to everybody in the house, guys. Once again, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. You guys have done well. You guys have definitely done well. So, let us talk about another game that was played today. No, we don't have to spend super long, but Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 0, and Chelsea needed this win badly. Let's just click on Chelsea really quick. They were going through a bad run of form. Look at this. Look at this. Let's look at this. Let's go back to, let's start on a positive note. Let's give them the credit. 2-0 win against Villa, but 0-0 against Brentford, 1-1 against United. Did beat Salzburg, but the 4-1 loss to Brighton, pretty embarrassing, right? Then they lost to Arsenal. Pretty embarrassing, right? And then they lost to City in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. So that was actually 3 losses on the bounce right there. Look, well, in terms of English football, right? But forget about the Carabao Cup. Brighton, Arsenal, and lost to Newcastle United. Give it up to Newcastle. So 3 Premier League losses. They needed this one big time, and they bounced back with a 2-0 win against Bournemouth, who did give Gary O'Neill the managerial job permanently after he took charge when Scott Parker was sacked when Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0. So you got to give Bournemouth a lot of credit, guys. Let's look at their position in the league right there. Bournemouth are 14th with 16 points, and they received a 9-0 drubbing. And they don't even have the worst defense in the league. Do they? Yeah, they do. Pardon me. I mean the goal difference. Let's take away those 9 goals. Let's say they had conceded 1. It would have looked good. It would have been good. You see what I'm saying? So got a little carried away there with the not having the worst defense. They do have the worst defense. So for Bournemouth, look, they've been so-so, but they've been picking up some valuable points, and they're in a decent position right now. With 16 points after that 9-0 drubbing, you would not have bet on them to have so many points in the league. They should have still been on single digits, if you ask me. But They pulled things back and they've showed a lot of grit, but lately it ain't look good. 1 win in their last 5. They have to start picking up more wins. We check their schedule that's coming up. They do have Palace, United, Brentford, Forest, Brighton. There's some winnable games in there, especially the one against Manchester United. Guys, that was just a joke. That was just a joke. See what I'm saying? Just a little joke, man. Haha. King Burger saying Chelsea still looking off. Bournemouth might get relegated. I don't know. I don't know if they'll get relegated, guys. I really don't know. I don't want to call it just yet. But for Chelsea, let's go back to the game. They had Reece James back, but Reece James is out again, which is quite sad because they look really good from the start with James pulling the strings, running up the right flank. I have to say Sterling had a good game with Kai Havertz scoring in the 16th, Mason Mount in the 24th, Sterling with an assist, Zachariah I think got the other one. Chelsea looked good in the first half. Oh, I ain't going to lie at all. Let's say the first half, they look pretty assured. And they kept Bournemouth very quiet with about one shot from a free kick from Philip Billing. So they kept Bournemouth very quiet. They were on top in the game. They were desperate to get a win. And I think they got a well-deserved win. Bournemouth did come back well in the second half. I ain't going to lie. Troubled Chelsea a bit, but wasn't enough to get on a score sheet. And you got to give credit to Chelsea for actually keeping a clean sheet and managing this game very, very well. Because, look, Bournemouth came back strong with 9 shots, 4 on target, 39% of the ball. So even though Chelsea did look good for the most part, they managed the game well, and they didn't allow Bournemouth to come in even after they had some periods where they looked really, really, really good. So give it up to Graham Potter, who did have 6 weeks to go back to the drawing board. Heard a commentator said that Graham Potter was on vacation, and he said that all he could think about was Chelsea. So I guess he got Chelsea on his mind. At least it's not another girl by the name of Chelsea, right? At least that's not the case. But I think I think it's a good performance. It was a very good performance by Chelsea. Very good. Seeing that they had lost their last 3 Premier League matches. This was very, very good. But it's a big loss to that Reece James picked up that injury and had to go off, though. Big, 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 big loss. But, of course, guys, you know, Graham Potter still tinkering. Dennis Zachariah was out of favor on the Tuchel. He's getting some game time now. Could have scored. Had a couple shots saved. I have to say, even though I give him a lot of stick, Raheem Sterling was really good in this game. Really, really good. I have to give him the credit when credit's due. Raheem, the Dream Sterling, was really good. So kudos to Raheem Sterling. Kudos to him. He was really good in the game. Christian Pulisic did get a was that a penalty shot? Or he did, yeah, I think it was a penalty shot, and he did score a goal that was disallowed. I just feel Christian Pulisic is too soft. He's way too soft, man. He's like so fragile. Like, come on, man, toughen up. Kai Havertz, right place, right time for that goal. That would do his confidence a whole lot of good. But for Bournemouth, look, man, they tried. It was a pretty tough game for them. See, they set up very defensively, but they were always going to struggle against a desperate Chelsea team. But one thing I have to say, that Bournemouth came into this match with the last couple games against Chelsea being, you know, very good performance. So they must have been confident that they could have got something. But remember, guys, you got to factor in that World Cup break as well. So Aubameyang, Trevor Chalobah, Gallagher, Aspilicueta came off the bench. I heard a lot of Chelsea fans were talking up Omari Hutchinson, who's a young player of Jamaican descent, and we didn't see him. Carney Chukwuemeka, who was listed as injured, he was on the bench. So let's see how this Chelsea team fare going forward, man. Let us see. So well done to Graham Potter and his boys. Big 3 points as they look to stay in the top 4 race. They don't want to fall too much behind. In terms of the stats, guys, for Chelsea, they're 8th right now, 24 points. And in terms of Bournemouth, they're 16th with 16 points as well. So not bad. Not bad if you ask me. Big up to Leg and Sweet in the house. Appreciate you guys in here right now. Let me see. Good question, Jan. Where are these guys, man? Where are these guys? Hope they're okay. Maybe they fell off. They fell off, man. These guys fell off. Fell off, man. They don't rock with your boy Dom anymore. It's okay. I'm boring now. So they fell off a bit. So, guys, we're still going strong. We're going to talk about the Liverpool game. We're going to talk about Cody Gakpo. We'll talk a bit about some transfers. So let's do that right now. Let's land the plane on this week's Premier League review. Guys, when we have other leagues coming in fresh and we have a lot of games, we won't spend super long on the Premier League. Let me just put it out there. We'll look at some scores. We'll talk a little bit, but I won't go in too deep because we want to get into the discussion of some other leagues and things like that, right? So let's just check out the last game here. You got Aston Villa. I had actually planned to bring Ryan on, but Ryan's live right now, so I guess that won't be happening. So I won't be waiting for Ryan. I wanted Ryan to come on to talk about this game and give me his thoughts on Cody Gakpo. But if he comes on later after he's done with his stream, we could get his thoughts on that. But I don't know if he's going to come on because he's talking about Craig. He's live with Craig Butler right now. You see what I'm saying? He's doing bigger things right about now. So, but definitely, congrats to Ryan on his continued success. I wanted to bring him on as a Liverpool fan to hear what he had to say about this game and, of course, Cody Gakpo. So, guys, don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button. Let's talk. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. And we had Salah scoring in the 5th minute. Virgil van Dijk 37th. Ollie Watkins 59th to come back in the game. And Stefan Bajcetic, young Spaniard, in the 81st to score his first Liverpool goal and became the youngest player this season to score a goal in the league as well. So what a way to bring up your first Liverpool goal when Aston Villa actually had Liverpool under a lot of pressure. Bajcetic came up with that goal. You could say that he came up clutch. So let's take a quick look at the Liverpool 11 here, the Aston Villa team. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he got a start. I think Chamberlain has looked good since he came back from injury. Darwin Núñez, man. Jesus Christ, how many chances this guy's going to get? You know what we're going to do really quick before we talk about the other players? Let's go to SofaScore, right? Let's go to SofaScore. And let's look in Núñez. Let's just look in Núñez. Darwin Núñez. Let's take a look at some of his stats real quick. So Darwin Núñez, I just want to look at his, it says his strengths here is finishing. This is not, and his weakness is passing. This is not true. This is not true. His strength is actually not finishing. It's running fast. Weakness is actually finishing. You see what I mean? The weakness is finishing, man. So we got the Premier League stats over in the corner over here, guys. You see his heat map? He doesn't defend a lot, but he's all over the left side and in the box, right? That's a positive thing. 63 minutes per game. He started 8 out of 11. Made team of the week on SofaScore twice. He's got 5 goals for the season, and he should have had more. Expected goals, 5.87. Maybe that's for the entire season. I don't know. Scoring frequency is 139 minutes. That's not good. That is not good. Shots per game, 4 shots per game, man. 4 shots per game. Big chances missed, 12. 12 big chances missed in 11 matches. Goal conversion, 11%. And goals from inside the box, 5 out of 37. None from outside the box, 10 attempts. So 5 goals out of 35 attempts from inside the box. and none from 10. So he's had 45 attempts, scored 5 for a striker. That is not good enough. That is not good enough for. Let's do a comparison, right? Let's do a comparison. And let's bring up Mo Salah. I'm pretty sure you could do comparison right here, right? Mo Salah is right here. Let's bring up Mo Salah right here. Mo Salah. Let's take a look at Mo Salah's record, right? I did click on Mo Salah. Where did his thing go? Mo Salah. Let's get Mo Salah here. Mo Salah. So Mo Salah. That's for the game. We don't want the game. We want his entire profile. We got Mo Salah's profile, right? 15 matches played. He started 15, 88 minutes per game. One team of the week. 7 goals. Expected goals, 7. Okay, scoring frequency even worse than Darwin Núñez. Every 190 minutes. So Salah's not even doing well this season, according to his standards, right? Goals per game, half. Well, okay, he's scored in half the amount of games, which is not bad. Shots per game, 3.5. He's a winger. You got to remember that. Big chances missed, 11. He himself has missed a lot of chances, putting them wide. You see what I mean? 6 out of 42, 1 out of 11. So he's at 53 shots. He scored 7. Not good enough. Not good enough if you ask me. Not good enough. And I don't want to be comparing things, but let's just look at Ivan Toney. I don't even want to bring up Erling Haaland. I don't want to bring up Erling Haaland. Let's bring up Ivan Toney, who's all over the place. Look at his heat map. He works hard. 15 starts, 15 games, 15 starts. He plays every minute. 11 goals. Scoring frequency 123 minutes. Almost a goal per game, right? Pretty much, right? Big chances, missed 12. These strikers get a lot of chances, so they miss a lot of chances as well. But Darwin Núñez just misses a lot of chances. And if you factor in the chances in the Carabao Cup, the stats will look even worse. Way worse. So Ivan Toney, however, has scored 11 in 44 tries. So you see that he has a better conversion rate than Salah and Darwin Núñez right now. So these guys got to step up. And let's go back to the thing. And this is not to be negative or anything about Liverpool. It's just to make a point. It's just to make a point and back it up with some stats. Thiago Alcantara, look, I know the Liverpool fans like to talk about how he controls game and how he's the man that makes things tick. To me, in my opinion, Thiago doesn't offer much to the team. Seriously, I'm going to keep it real. He doesn't. He doesn't. If you have a midfielder who could add some goals to your score sheet, I think Liverpool would do a lot better. They don't get enough help from the midfield. They really don't. I think that's one of their problems. Liverpool fans might say, no, Thiago is the best. He's the best in the league. Thiago is the best in the world. Can't make the Spain squad. Maybe he'll get called up for the new manager. I don't know. But I don't rate Thiago like that, like how Liverpool fans rate Thiago. I just don't. You see what I mean? You look at Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan gets in the box. He does his defensive work. He passes the ball very well. He's a more effective player than Thiago Alcantara. And then again, Liverpool fans would argue with me and say, no, he's not. But I'm going to leave that just where it's at right there. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it there. Give it up to Andy Robertson for becoming the most creative defender of all time in the Premier League, as he surpassed Leighton Baines' record, I think, of 53 assists and gone on to 54, if I'm not mistaken. Virgil van Dijk with a goal, Joel Matip. The team looks a lot better with Matip and Van Dijk together. Alexander-Arnold back in. He linked up for the first goal. Pass in the build-up play. Very good ball by Robertson. I think that was Robertson to Salah for that goal, that tap in. Darwin Núñez had a ton of chances in this game, guys. I just have to mention that. I can't believe this guy can't find the back of the net. The guy can't find the back of the net for shit, man. Look, Joe Gomez, Naby Keita, Harvey Elliott, Stefan Bajcetic, and Ben Doak came on. as substitutes. Philip Coutinho did get a run out, and Danny Ings against his old club, Liverpool. And Aston Villa, I have to say, guys, they didn't look too bad in this game at all. I think Unai Emery set this team up very positively. But if you look around, that's the team, there was a lot of mismatch. Dean versus Salah. You have guys like Young and Konza and Mings versus Darwin Nunez. And he has way more pace than these guys. You know what I'm saying? Way more guile. Darwin Nunez is a really good player. I've said that many times while he was at Benfica. At Liverpool, I'm not saying he's not been good, but he's just not been a good goal scorer. He should have had at least 15 goals already. You guys might say, yeah, Dom, you're being a bit too harsh. Darwin Nunez should have had 15 Premier League goals already. The amount of chances he's got, he should have put him away. He should have been up there with Erling Haaland and Ivan Toney and Harry Kane at least. And he had chances in this game. He had chances in the cup match. He just keeps missing them for fun, man. I don't know what it is. But Aston Villa, they were quite wasteful in this match. Leon Bailey, oh, man, I don't know if he's in two minds. He's been playing up top with Ollie Watkins. He had some good moments in the game. Aston Villa find themselves in some very good positions, but they just couldn't put the ball past Alisson, man. They really couldn't. John McGinn had a header. These guys just played around too much. They could have got something from this game. They really could have. They played well enough to earn a draw, but when you're playing against Liverpool, you got to take your chances, or else Liverpool will just continue to punish you and punish you and punish you, and that's exactly what happened in this match. Remember, Liverpool are coming off of a loss in the Carabao Cup. They were out for blood, and unfortunately, Aston Villa, they were the victims. So Liverpool were not going to lose again. And the fact that they're trying to get that top four, they were not going to lose. They were not going to lose this game. They really weren't. Villa did have their moments. They didn't take their chances. Good goal by Ollie Watkins. Very good goal, 59th minute. And Villa started the second half strongly, and I think had the better second half up until Stefan Bajcetic scored that goal and Liverpool saw out the rest of that match. But I have to say, Villa tried, not clinical enough on the day. 12 shots, 6 on target. They had a lot of the ball, you guys could see. Liverpool was 16, 9 on target, more the possession, won the game. But if there's any Liverpool fan out here who's going to tell me that in the second half they weren't getting a bit nervous that they were going to drop some points, you're a liar. You're a liar. But you got to give it up to Klopp. The Bajcetic change, workout, and the young man, skillful to go around the goalkeeper and nutmeg Tyrone Mings. Like, how you going to get nutmeg, like, in that position? Like, this is what I don't understand with Tyrone Mings. How you going to get nutmeg right there? Close your freaking legs. Close your legs. You're going to get nutmeg right in front of the goal, ball in the back of the net. Villa could have came back, but this wasn't good enough on the day from Aston Villa. Not at all. But kudos to Liverpool. They went out there, they played with a lot of intent, played with the team, played like a team that wanted it more, and picked up those 3 points. Good goal by Salah, good team goal. The Virgil van Dijk goal was from a set piece. Good finish by Van Dijk, and the Bajcetic goal, that was a good one as well. So Villa had their moments, some good build-up, but just couldn't finish on the day. Just couldn't finish. They had a couple Darwin Nunez's in their team. Am I being a bit too harsh on Darwin Nunez? Am I being a bit too harsh on Thiago? Maybe. So what we got here? Marcel is saying, bigging up Gundogan but slagging off Thiago. Make it. What are you talking about? How am I having Man City bias? Gundogan, bro, what has Thiago done? What has Thiago done? You're the one who be in Liverpool bias. What has Thiago done? And Liverpool agendas. Bro, I don't have no agenda. What are you talking about? I have agenda. I'm calling it exactly how it is. Look, you signed Cody Gakpo. We're going to talk Cody Gakpo. Did I come out and talk shit about Cody Gakpo and why you guys are signing him and all of that? It's all positive. You're talking about agendas. You're talking about I have agendas. Nobody, the thing that's wrong with you Liverpool fans is nobody can talk any shit about your team. You get offended, you get in your feelings. You get in your feelings, man. You need to stop getting in your feelings. You get in your feelings too much. It's like no one is allowed to say anything bad about Liverpool. Nothing. Missed the sideways and backwards pass in Thiago Alcantara. Nobody could say nothing about him. But because I'm comparing him to Gundogan and say Gundogan offers more to a team than Thiago, yeah, I'm Man City biased. When I'm talking the truth. It's all truth. It's all facts. It's all facts. You want to look at the stats? Let's look at some stats. Let's go back to SofaScore. Let's go back to SofaScore. I've been taking a look at the Euros and things, guys. So Thiago Alcantara. Let's look at this season. Let's look at this season. Hardly goes into the box, right? Played 9, started all 9, 79 minutes per game, no goals. Okay, he doesn't offer you that. Doesn't offer you that, all right? None at all. Nothing there. Touches, 81 touches per game. Big chances created, a single one, right? Passing, accurate per game, 58, 86% pass accuracy. In his own half, 93%. In opposition half, 80%. Accurate long ball, 72. Accurate chip passes, 63%. Defending, interceptions per game, 1.1. Tackles per game, 2.9. Possession, 1.2. Dribble pass, 0.3. Clearances per game, 0.8. Errors that led to shot, 1. Error led to goal, none. Penalties committed, 1. Dribbling, other like successful dribbles, 75%. Duels, 159%. Ground duels, 64. 82%. Right? Possession loss, 12 times. Right? 1 yellow card. We take a look at Thiago, right? We did that. Let's take a look at Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan. 12 appearances, start 10, 74 minutes per game, 1. All right. Attacking, 2 goals. And look at that. It's the same heat map. Same type of heat map. Same type of player. Same position. But Gundogan runs into the box a bit more. He gives you a bit more, right? I'm backing this up with stats. I'm just backing it up with stats. Give you a couple goals. Did miss a couple chances because he's in the box. Definitely. Couple shots there, 2 from inside the box, 11 shots, 10 from outside. He's giving you that goal threat. Assists, he got 2 assists as well. 58 touches, similar to Thiago. 4 big chances per game created. 1.9 key passes. 90% pass accuracy in his own half. 91, 87, 80%. All the stats are better. All the stats are better. All. Defensive. Man City don't do a lot of defending. Hardly. So you're not going to see much there. Doesn't defend a lot. You're not going to see much there. But the stats are there to prove. This is not just based on sentiments, on feelings, and opinions. These are facts. So I don't want to keep having these Thiago arguments with people. Demo, you're here again. You're here again. You're here again with this. You keep what? What role does Thiago play? Pass the ball around? Is that what the role is? Bro, when you keep having this mentality, that is why Liverpool will keep on coming second and second and second and second and second and second every season, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You guys keep arguing with me about this Thiago thing. Meaningless stats. I watch the games. Okay, he controlled the whole middle. Doing what? Doing exactly what? If you check Henderson and you check Fabinho's records, what are they doing? Liverpool win their games on the wings. Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, bringing that ball over from the wings into the box. That's where they win their games. That is exactly where. I don't know what you guys are talking about, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I really don't know. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Thiago is a big waste of time, in my opinion. If he's that good, how was he not picked for the Spain national team? If he's that good, at least be in the squad of 26. I don't want to hear nothing about Luis Enrique or what. If you're good enough, you should have been in the team. You should have. You're talking about Bayern. Listen. We want to bring Bundesliga. You want to talk Bundesliga? Look, he's been at Liverpool for 3 seasons now. You want to talk Bundesliga? He's been at Liverpool for 3 seasons. 3. You want to talk Bundesliga? Come on, bro. You're living in the past. Philip, how could you say Thiago is a better player than Gundogan, but Gundogan is having a better season? If you go back more seasons, look at what Gundogan did last season. You want to see? You want to see what Gundogan did last season? You want to see? 8 goals. 8 goals. And he gives you assists as well. And he gives you that work rate in the middle of the field. I'm not just talking goals and assists. I'm talking about 6 chances created. Key passes per game. I'm talking about work rate as well. But you guys have to understand that Man City has the ball the majority of the time. So there's not going to be much in terms of defending. There won't be much. You see what I mean? Thiago has not done anything to warrant you guys talking about him that highly. But anyways, with that being said, guys, let's talk a bit about Cody Gakpo. You know what I'm saying? You guys could continue talking about Thiago, but let's talk about Gakpo here. Let's talk about Cody Gakpo. Let's talk some transfers, but let's touch on Cody Gakpo. He's going to Liverpool, and that contract is going to be, I think, a 6-year contract until 2028, 23 years old, 6'2". He's listed as a midfielder. So he's very versatile. He could play as a forward, could drop into the midfield, could play over the left wing. He's more left wing type player, if you ask me. If you see his heat map right there, he's been playing more as a left winger. But this has been his breakout season by far. His stats from last year and the year before, doesn't really set the world on fire. But I have to say that Cody Gakpo is a very good player. And it's a very good signing. I wasn't expecting it. And Liverpool have picked up a very, very good player here. So, contrary to some people's belief that I'm biased against Liverpool, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and that I have an agenda against Liverpool, which is very stupid in my opinion too, I have all good things to say about Cody Gakpo. If the player is trash, I'm going to let you know he's trash. Like Arthur Melo. That was a dumb signing. Sorry for the strong language, but it's the fact. Stupid signing. Didn't make no sense. But this signing makes a lot of sense. Liverpool are getting him for a good price. Not no ridiculous 80 million or anything like that. It's 37 million pounds plus add-ons that would take it up to about 50 million, which is a good price for a quality player from a league that has proven to produce some really good ballers. Cody Gakpo, his stats right here. You know, I was just talking about Thiago and people are telling me about stats does not matter and these things does not matter and all that and so on and so forth. Okay, would you go and purchase a guy like Cody Gakpo if he had played 14 matches and had 1 goal and 2 assists? Would that have made any sense? Would that have made any sense, guys? No, it would not. So stats do matter. Stats do matter. Goals, assists do matter. Is what win you games. If you want to have a whole analysis about no goals and no assists, like come on, man. Cody Gakpo has been an absolute fire. Marcel, how could you say that? Marcel, you're not relevant, bro. You're not relevant. You know why you're not relevant? Because you're too biased. You're too, narrow-minded in your views. You only see Liverpool. That's it. And I can't have a good conversation with you if you only see Liverpool and you don't want to admit that your players are not the best in the world, because that's what most Liverpool fans say. You heard in the past, this one is the best in the world. That one is the best in the world. This is the best. That's the best. You see what I mean? Well, if you're the best, why you're not winning the league every season? You see what I mean? Why you're not? That's all I'm saying. How many goals did Iniesta and Xavi used to get? That's not the point, though. I did mention goals and assists. It do matters, but I know that's not what it's all about. These guys help to link up the play and move the ball. They control the game. But Thiago Alcantara is no Xavi and no Iniesta. You think I don't know that? You think I'm thinking about, you think I'm trying to say that it's all about goals and assists only? No, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. And look, Marcel, if you're going to come in here and you're going to try to insult me, you just better get out. You just get out. If you're going to come here and try to insult me about when did I start watching football, just leave. Because that's not what we're here doing. We're here to have discussions, constructive discussions. Okay? That's what we're here to do. So when you want to come and talk about when did I start watching football and all of that, bam, 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 you're going a little bit too far. You're taking it a little bit too far with that. So calm yourself down. Calm down. Just double back a bit. You're out of place. Okay? But anyways, going back to Cody Gakpo here. I know there's a lot of stats that are not vanity stats. Goals and assists are vanity stats. And this is what's most important. The vanity stats are very important. But there's also some players that are signed not on the vanity stats, but on their work rate and what they offer in defense or what they offer in the midfield. But once you're forward, you need those vanity stats. It doesn't make sense to bring in a forward if you don't have those stats. I'm just saying. But for you guys to be glorifying Thiago like this, it's very, very, very preposterous, I have to say. Very, very preposterous. You guys are just holding on to like a dream. You guys are holding on to a dream, man. And it's just amazing that I don't understand how you guys don't let go of this. Just let the fuck go, man. Let the fuck go. The guy isn't contributing enough to your team, and you guys are going to understand this. You guys are going to get to realize this very, very soon. You guys are gonna realize this very, very soon. And you're gonna be like, Dom, you were right. And it's the same thing I was talking about Timo Werner at Chelsea. And you know, the Chelsea fans came out here and they tried to defend him and they tried to say that I don't know what I'm talking about. And bam, bam, bam. Where the hell is Timo Werner right now? Where is he? Where is Timo Werner right now? Okay. You guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And if you keep persisting with the Thiago thing and Jurgen Klopp want to persist with Thiago and not get a proper midfielder in there that's going to contribute some goals and win him some games, then you guys are going to keep coming in second and third every fucking season. Every season. Check the league table for the last 30 years. Check it. Check the league table for the last 30 years. 30. Check it. One title. What do you think? Teams are not learning? Okay, damn, this player's crap. Get rid of that player. Get rid of that player. That player's crap. Get rid of that player. Bring in another player. Bam, 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 bam. Liverpool tend to get too sentimental, and Klopp does the same thing. Get too sentimental with players, persist with players too long, and it end up costing him. It end up costing him. You guys out there cannot tell me. You guys cannot tell me. Don't tell me that there's not a better midfielder out there that could be in this Liverpool team ahead of Liverpool, ahead of Thiago Alcantara. Tell me that there's not a better midfielder that could be in this Liverpool starting 11 that could give you more productivity than Thiago Alcantara. Tell me there's not. Tell me there's not. Tell me there's not another midfielder that could give you a better contribution than Thiago Alcantara. That is the last thing I'm going to say about this guy right now. Tell me there's not another midfielder. Tell me that there's not another midfielder that cannot give you more than Thiago Alcantara right now. Okay. And this is what I have to say about this. This is what I have to say about this. City Oil Club. City Oil Club. Kingberg. Newcastle Oil Club. You see the results? You see the results? Do you see the results? Liverpool looking for investors. Man United could go up for sale. They could all become oil clubs in the future. Just want to put it out there. Just want to put it out there, man. Just want to put it out there. That's it. But back to Cody Gakpo. Liverpool, they have definitely signed themselves a quality player. Look at the stats. Doesn't give you a lot in terms of defending, but he's tall. He could help you out in a set-piece situation. But 50% successful dribbles per game, 52% duels won, 53% ground duels won, aerial duels, 47% won. He's lost possession 18 times. Right? Maybe that's per game. Can't be per game. But he dribbles a lot, so you could expect that. But this is a quality player. He offers a lot in terms of the midfield option and going forward. You could play him as a left winger. You could play him to the center. The Netherlands even played him as a midfielder in one game. What Liverpool needs to do, I know I said I wasn't going to touch on this no more. Play Gakpo and drop Thiago. Play Gakpo in the midfield and drop Thiago. And then you're going to see some serious results. Because guess what? He's going to give you goals. He's going to give you assists. Games are going to be won more comfortably. Just saying, man. Thiago doesn't offer much defensively. So don't argue that either. Just saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That is all I'm saying. You guys, I'm going to have the last laugh. I know this. I know I'll have the last laugh. I know. And you guys are going to be, Dom, you was right, you know. You were right. You were right, man. D. Modre, don't forget, I'm going to put you on blast right now. And I have the clip right here. Remember last season, I asked you what was going to happen. I know we only won the title, barely won the title. But it's a good thing I saved this video here. Guys, look at this. This is D. Modre and I. We met once, and I had this video. Take a look at this video. When I asked D. Modre in person about how he feel about last season, this is what he had to say. Right? Look at this.
So I got D. Modre with me. Where do you think Liverpool will place next season?
Liverpool will definitely be top 4. Don't worry about that, Dom. Easy.
I thought you say you should say you're gonna win the title, not top 4.
No, we'll see after the transfer window.
So I got D.
I saw that. You guys saw that, right? You guys saw that. No confidence whatsoever when it gets to crunch time. None. You feel me? But anyways, all the Liverpool fans in here coming at me right now. All I have to say, just try and get yourself a spot in the top 4. That's all I have to say. You see what I mean? Just try to get yourself a spot in the top 4. Okay. Kingberg, who do you support? Kingberg, who do you support? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Who do you support, though? Who do you support? That was a fantastic prediction. Bro, you didn't want to call it. That's the thing. You didn't want to call it, man. You didn't want to call it. You really didn't want to call it. So, look, what we're going to do right now, guys, touched on Cody Gakpo. I think he's a great signing for Liverpool. He could offer a lot more than Thiago Alcantara, in my opinion. Oh, Kingberg is a Liverpool fan. Oh, boy. You don't be biased, bro. Don't be biased. Be a football fan first. Be level-headed. Talk facts. Say what it is. Say exactly how you feel. But don't be biased. Don't be biased. No need to be biased. You see what I mean? I could see through all the biasness. All the biasness, man. So, guys, we wind down the stream. But what we got to do, let's take a look at what's coming up in La Liga tomorrow, because it's something new that I'm doing. I'm being a bit more all-round, because I'm a football fan first before Man City fan, of course, guys. So tomorrow not tomorrow, on Thursday in the French League, we got Girona coming up against Rayo Vallecano. Real Betis playing Athletic Club. Atletico Madrid coming up against Elche. Getafe against Mallorca. Celta Vigo versus Sevilla. Cadiz, Almeria. Valladolid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Espanyol in that derby. Real Sociedad against Osasuna, and Villarreal against Valencia. So the stats so far: Robert Lewandowski leading the goal scoring table. Borja Iglesias with 8. Vedad Muriqi with 8. Iago Aspas and Joselu with 7. Mikel Merino, who's a former Red, right? Isn't he a former Liverpool man? A former Newcastle man? I think he's a former Newcastle man. I don't know if he played for Liverpool. I think Newcastle. Let's find out really quick. I think he was at Newcastle. I can't remember him at Liverpool, right? Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle, not Liverpool. Yeah. Newcastle. Briefly at Newcastle. So, yeah, thinking too much about Liverpool right now. Ousmane Dembele, who's been linked with a move to Liverpool for God knows when. Big up to all the Liverpool fans in here, man. Hugo Guillamon with 4 assists. Robert Lewandowski and Rodrigo with 4 as well. That's the standings right now in La Liga. Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's a race for the title. Forget about all these teams. Just forget about them. They're fighting for Champions League and Europa and Conference League and all that stuff. But the main talking point in La Liga is Barcelona versus Real Madrid to see which one of these teams are actually going to lift the crown this season. We know last year Real Madrid won it. And was it Real Madrid, right? I think Atletico had won it the previous year. Real Madrid last year. Atletico the previous year. So, it's always Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico. And it's really, Barcelona bounced back big time last season. They were struggling and they bounced back. They did lose, coming second behind by 13 points. But this season, they on top the league and by 2 points, and they're in a title race between themselves and Real Madrid. So I'm loving this one, and we will be talking about this one for the rest of the season indeed, man. So big up to Croatian baller. Kingberg is saying boring. You see the thing? See the thing I'm saying? You see the thing? You want this thing to be all about Liverpool. You're being selfish, bro. You're being too selfish, man. You know what I mean? You're being selfish. You want to talk just about Liverpool. You don't want to talk about anything else. It's all good, man. It's all good, bro. The Premier League is very predictable, too. The Premier League is very predictable. It's always Man City. It's Man City, Man City, Man City, Man City, Man City. Man City. You see what I mean? Marcel, bro, you're lucky I didn't. Yo, bro, you're lucky, bro. You're lucky you're still in here, bro. I'm telling you. I'm just trying not to get into my feelings right now, bro. You're lucky you're still in here, man. I'm just saying. You're lucky you're still in here, bro. Oh, man. Sometimes when some people just push you to the edge. Oh, man. This guy Marcel, man, you were on a good road. You were doing so well, bro. You were doing so well, and then you just getting in your feelings and spewing excrement out your mouth, bro. You need to chill out. You were doing so well. I had you in my good graces, but right now, man, not so much. Not so much at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. Just want to know you're on a naughty list, bro. You're on the naughty list. No, bro. No, because you're coming with some nonsense telling me about how long I've been watching football. I've been watching football before you were born, I'm pretty sure. How old are you again? How old are you? Nah, maybe not. Maybe not before you were born. But how old are you again, Marcel? You see what I'm saying? You got to get me live one of these days. Of course. Of course. When you're ready. Whenever you're ready, come on. Whenever you're ready, come on. You see what I mean? But that's what La Liga looking like, guys. Go down to the bottom. Elche, they're pretty much relegated already. Cadiz, Sevilla in the relegation battle. Celta Vigo, Espanyol, Getafe. All these teams struggling. Well, teams like Almeria, Girona, Valladolid, Mallorca, Valencia. They're not doing too great, but doing okay. So, guys, we're live. And this is Festivalissimo. Festivalissimo. Because we are in the festive season. And we are coming back with a bang with something fresh, not just the Premier League, guys. And we got some articles that I want to look at, right? There's some things that I want to look at. Definitely some things that I want to look at, guys. Some little things that I find. Go on Reddit and I find some things for us to talk about. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go to my Reddit thing. I don't mind. I share the whole thing with y'all. And we're going to go through each one of these articles right there. We're definitely going to go through that. Let's go through that right there. These are some of the things that I saved for us to touch and talk about. Sheffield United on Twitter. What a tackle, Anel Ahmed Hodzic. Impeccable challenge. We did talk about Anel Ahmed Hodzic. Could, see this young defender move to a bigger club in the future. He does play for Sheffield United, and he's a Bosnian. So, in some news, guys, I actually down voted these so I could save them, but it's not really a down vote. So let me just take that away. Real Zaragoza, Tomas Alarcon joins Real Zaragoza. The Chilean international has signed a loan deal until the end of the season. So that's a move right there. We click on that really, really quick, and we just drop that over there. You could see Tomas Alarcon, nuevo jugador del Real Zaragoza. And he's joining Zaragoza. It would have been nice if we get some information for what club he's actually joining from. But if we do a quick Google search of Tomas Alarcon, he's Chilean. And in terms of where he's coming from, he's actually coming from Cadiz. He's on loan from Cadiz, right? But he's made 27 appearances. He's made 12 appearances for the Chilean national team. He's a defensive midfielder. So give it up to Tomas Alarcon, man. So big up to BX Gunner in the house, King Huddle. Big up to Kingberg. I don't do any call-in shows. You know, I don't have the time, to be honest. I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. I went to work today, and today was my day off and everything. So I don't really have a call-in show that I do. But I plan to do one in the future? I plan to have people on, like a nice little panel. So if this is something that you might want to do in the future, this is something that we could actually start building on, you know what I mean? So we'll definitely look to bring you on in the future and see what we could talk about. So let's just go back and let's touch on some of the things that I saved for us to talk about. So we talk about Tomas Alarcon. Let's move that. Ajax and Daley Blind terminate their contract. So that's something that I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that at all. So in terms of the whole article for that, Blind, born 1990, followed Ajax Youth Academy from age 8. He made his debut for Ajax on December 7, 2008 in a match versus Volendam. 2-1 win for Ajax. Left-footed player. Left Ajax on loan for Groningen in the second half of the 2009-2010 season, only to return to Ajax. And we know he played at Manchester United. I'm not going to read through his whole career, anything. But, you know, he's been linked to a move to Royal Antwerp in the Belgian league. So let's see what becomes of Daley Blind, Dutch international, and he's been a servant for Ajax for quite some time. So that is definitely some news. And I'm pretty sure not everybody in here knew that. And this is what this show is all about going forward, giving you some information, some entertainment, getting in our feelings, arguing a bit sometimes, being petty sometimes. Not too petty, though. I don't want to block anybody. But we just here to have some fun and get up to date with what's going on around world football, guys. I just don't want to talk only about the Premier League going forward. I want to be a bit more all round. Not that I want to be a jack of all trades or nothing, but I just feel like I'm missing out on like a lot of good articles, a lot of good matches, a lot of good rivalries, and a lot of people as well. Because if you only about the Premier League, if you only about the Premier League, you want to attract the people from La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, etc. So yeah. So let's go. Norwich have parted ways company with head coach Dean Smith. We talked about that already. Betinho, a 29-year-old striker from the Portuguese third division, is registered as a Man United player in the Premier League official website. Wow. So we need to do a bit of investigation, right? Let's take a look at, I'm going to go over to the Premier League website and let's do that. Let's go over to the Premier League website and let's check and see if that player is indeed over there or maybe they took him down. Man United, let's go. later. Let me see something. Well, we're not going to find him there. We're not going to find him at the Man United section that I just clicked there. So let me see if I could find him. Premier League, clubs. Let's see if we could find him, right? Manchester United. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, squad. Let's go. David De Gea. Okay, let's go up to the forwards. Let's go up to the forwards. Maybe they moved him. I don't see him anywhere here. Maybe they took him out. Maybe this article, you see, when you put out these articles, that is exactly what happens. Yeah. So he's not there no more. He's not there. Let's go back. We're doing some investigation, right? Let's go back and let's actually click on this Twitter thing. Let me see what it says here. Okay, so I guess you got to go to the Manchester United website. So Betinho is it's there. Let me actually click on. Let me go to the Man United website and find out, guys. Guys, if you're in here and you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate that. You guys are the real deal. Going down a bit of a rabbit hole right now. I'm just trying to find the players. You know what I'm saying? Men's. Okay, let me see if I find something. I'm just trying to see if I find the players. I can't find anything though. Okay, players. All right. Let me see something. I just want to see something, guys, if this is for real. View profiles. All right. Yeah, he's not on there, guys. He's not on there anymore. Maybe they took him off. Maybe that article prompted them to take it down. So let's move that from there. Cadiz signed central midfielder Yuba Diarra from Red Bull Salzburg until 2027. So Cadiz just let go a midfielder that we just talked, Thomas Alacon, and they brought in a midfielder in Yobu Diarra from Salzburg. So let's just let me just share that with you guys. We're talking La Liga tonight. So you got Cadiz. I know it's not the biggest signing or anything, but that's Yuba Diarra. That's him right there. He's been signed for Cadiz. You know, so big up everybody who's still in here. We're just winding things down a bit and touching on these articles that I saved for you guys. Guys, stick around. We have some good ones, right? Southampton have been fined £10,000 and given a suspended 6 months ban from recruiting academy players after the Premier League found them guilty of breaking rules when signing a player from another club's academy. Wow, that is serious, though. That is indeed very, very serious. You could get transfer banned for that. I think Chelsea did get a transfer ban for something similar. Southampton, you got to be careful with what you're doing. So I saved this one. James Maddison calling out a Wolves player from the U team. This tackle is not acceptable in any way. James Maddison reveals anger over the horror challenge that left Leicester youth star Will Alves facing 9 months out with an ACL injury, and that he is devastated for the 17-year-old. So I did look a bit into that. Alves have made a couple appearances for Leicester this season, and he's one of the youth stars, and it's a bad tackle, man. Very, very bad tackle. Let's take a look at this article, and I'll show you guys I did see some pictures of, I did see some blurry pictures of the tackle, though. It's kind of blurry, though. Very blurry, but let's take a look at these pictures really, really quick there, guys. So we scroll down. That's the Alves kid. That's James Maddison. And these were the pictures, guys, right there. Those were the pictures right there. Look at that. The Wolves player stomping in his knee. Got an ACL in result of that. So, yeah, man, you don't want to, the ACL will be out for a very, very long time. So, heart goes out for the young man. Hopes he stays strong and have a good support system, because we're going to depression and things like that. So Newcastle are negotiating for the signing of 18-year-old attacker Mateus Franca of Flamengo. I don't know if it's pronounced Francia or Franca, but guys, look for that one happening in the future. Flamengo youngster Mateus Franca, Newcastle United. know they're making some big signings, doing some big things, looking to set themselves up for maybe a trophy in the future. It would be crazy, right? And not just to job at Liverpool, but it would be crazy if Newcastle actually go on to win a Premier League title and have the same amount of Premier League titles as Liverpool in the last 30 years. I'm just saying, talk about oil money. Talk about oil money, guys. Anyways, since you guys are being petty in the chat, I want to be a little petty too. So, I don't have no agenda, guys. No agenda at all. Tottenham interested in Pedro Porro from Sporting CP. Conte wants to have the right back by January. I did talk about that. Right backs. Bringing in another right back. Maybe they try to get rid of Dougherty or even Emerson Royale. So, Fabrizio Romano, Jurgen Klopp, Darwin Núñez played an incredible game. He will score goals. I have no doubt about that. He gives us so much more than that. He will score. Every whining, everything will be fine. This game by Darwin was exceptional. I'm not saying that Darwin Núñez does not offer a lot more than goal scoring and whatnot, but that's what he's in the team for. He's in there to score goals. And if he keep missing them missing easy chances, it's going to affect the team sooner rather than later, like it did in the loss against Manchester City. Against Aston Villa, which is not of the quality of Man City, players are not taking their chances. But if this was a game against a better team, Liverpool not winning that game because of Darwin Núñez missing chances. We're going to move on. PSV sells Cody Gakpo to Liverpool FC. We've talked about that one already. Good signing. PSV bringing in some money that could help their club in a very, very good way. Help them be more financially sound. New deal for Ream, Fulham FC. 35-year-old Tim Ream looks like he's going to get a new contract. So maybe he'll play on until he's 37 or so. So give it up to the American international Tim Ream. Halfway through the EFL Championship season, and only 3 points separate Norwich in 5th and Reading in 16th. Reading travel to play Norwich on Friday. So they could close the gap. Indeed, I did talk about that already. 8-time champion Guangzhou FC have been relegated from the Chinese Super League. Man, some strange things have definitely happened. But I think this is the team that changed their name from Guangzhou Evergrande to Guangzhou. So that is absolutely nuts when you think about it, though. So, guys, running through some articles here. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this. If you're watching the replay, let me know. So yesterday, 48,877 people were in the stands of the San Nicola Stadium in Bari, a record for a Serie B game. Wow. Serie B, second division in Italy. So PGMOL accept referee Anthony Taylor incorrectly placed the Man United wall during Luca Digne free kick at Aston Villa Park. Look, the referee's been making a lot of mistakes, man. We know that. We know the Premier League refs ain't shit. We know that, man. So Harry Kane has the best 100% scoring record in the Premier League, netting against 32 out of 32 teams he's faced. History maker. I did touch on that earlier in the stream as well. So, look, I did run across a little thing. Mbappe at halftime in the final against Argentina. He said, it's the match of a lifetime. It's every 4 years. We can't do worse than what we did. We can come back. And there's actually a video to this, but they did come back, as we know, but eventually lost in the penalty shootout. This was a good one as well. Throwback video of Maradona and Pele having a header rally on live TV. They were just heading the ball back and forth. There ain't nothing really to see there. You see what I'm saying? So these are just a few things that I had saved from the World Cup. So I'm pretty much done with some of the articles that I wanted to share with you today from my Reddit, and just, refresh that. And that's that. That is that. As I find more, I'll share more, and we continue to have some nice, fun streams. Guys, is there any other thing we want to talk about? Anything else? Any other leagues that were playing today, yesterday? Anything else? BX gonna say Emerson Royale is terrible. Yeah, man. It's okay. Oil money can't buy history, Dom, but it could make a lot of history. Could make history. If you don't have any history, right? If you are poor, Jamal, and you run into some money, okay? If you manage that money, that newfound money properly, set some things up, set yourself up for the future. What do you say about that? You see what I mean? You guys have to be a bit more progressive than that, guys. A bit more progressive, okay? A bit more progressive than that. Come on, guys. A bit more progressive. A bit more progressive, okay? Keep that in mind. But guys, this was a fun stream though. 3 hours. Oh man, Thiago Alcantara. God damn. Woo. But yeah, I spent 3 hours of my time talking with you guys, and I had fun doing so. And you know, I'm gonna do another one pretty soon. Maybe not tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Not tomorrow. But if Man City, let me see, according to what? Not yeah, I might come back and talk about City tomorrow. It's according to how I feel. It's according to how I feel tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? I might play some FIFA on the channel or something tomorrow. I don't know. It's according to how I feel, man. But definitely having fun with these streams. Guys, the reason we're not looking at the Bundesliga today, the Bundesliga does not start back until January. We did take a look at that already. We took a look at the Italian league that's not coming back until in January as well. We looked at the Eredivisie, the Portuguese league. We looked at some things, you know what I'm saying? So Marcel, listen, give Klopp some big money and see what happens. Listen, man, stop making excuses. Stop making excuses, man. Stop it. Stop it. So all that Klopp needs to do to leave Liverpool, just leave. And a big club's going to pick him up. A club that's willing to spend money will pick him up. So you telling me Klopp at PSG is going to win the Champions League, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Liverpool have spent a lot of money, bro. They have spent a lot of money. City definitely spend more money, but you spend money in good places. That's the thing. Spend money on good players. And you know what we're doing? We're bringing through academy players too. We're not just spending money and splashing the cash stupidly. We're bringing in a lot of quality players that make sense. Julian Alvarez. Look at those signings. Julian Alvarez. Erling Haaland. We didn't even pay 100 mil combined for these two. I know Haaland's wages are ridiculous, but think about the money that City would make back on merch from Erling Haaland around the world and things like that. And don't tell me that City don't make no money from merch. I was at the City store when I went to England. There's people, it was packed up with people. See what I'm saying? Oh my God. Listen, man. Listen, we could listen, you guys would always be biased for your team. But look, as long as we keep winning these titles, you can't tell me nothing, man. Can't tell me nothing. We're going to get that Champions League eventually. And when we get that Champions League, what are you going to say? What are you going to say when we get the Champions League? What are you going to say? You ain't going to say nothing. You ain't going to say nothing. Give Conte unlimited money and see what happens. Bro. You could give Eddie Howe unlimited money and you see what's happening. That's just my point, man. That's just my point. Oh, the Turkish league. Nobody cares about Turkey right now, man. Nobody cares about Turkey right now. Nobody cares about Dele Alli right now. Maybe next time. Next time we touch on the Belgian league and the Turkish league. But right now, nobody cares about that right now. But guys, it's been fun. I'm about to get out of here, and we will talk very, very soon. Talk very soon, and we're gonna talk some preview the weekend. Definitely gonna preview the weekend. We're gonna talk what else we're gonna talk about? Spanish League, some results. We're gonna talk a lot of things. I have more articles for us to talk about. You see what I mean? Big up to Jamal. Big up Jamal, man. Yeah, Deli Ali. Let's not even talk about him. But we're gonna make, guys, trust me when I tell you, we're gonna make the thing real nice. We're gonna make the thing nice. In the future, I'll try to get some guests on. If King Berg wanna come on, Jamal, if you wanna come on, Marcel, bro, come on. Come on. Come on. You don't even have to show your face. Come on and make your point. Come on. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna play a little FIFA before I go to bed. I got work in the morning, man. I got work in the morning, so we're gonna talk soon, okay? I covered all bases. I feel good. Talk about the Premier League match week without really making it too much about that. So for those of you guys who watch the whole 3-hour stream, big up to y'all, man. We're gonna keep doing this thing. And I was supposed to touch on some more transfers, but nobody cares about Chelsea signing these players that's gonna go out on loan and not do a goddamn thing, man. You know, so it is what it is. It is what nobody cares about that, Chelsea. But in the future, though, we'll make, we'll talk more transfers. We'll definitely talk more transfers. But I didn't really promise to really do too much, going too deep on the transfers. But I did touch on some transfers though. But we'll talk some more in the future. Definitely. Today's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. Okay? The week is still very young. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. It's been a pleasure. I give you guys a lot of my time. And you give me a lot of yours as well. It's a two-way street. So for my boy Dom, thanks a lot for tuning in. But until my next one, I like to say peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Peace. Oh, you just started your channel. Don't worry, bro. If you're serious, you get a lot of tidbits, and you know what I mean, you get a lot of what to do, what not to do. Okay, so I wish you all the best, man. Wish you all the best. All right, Marcel, bro, you're lucky. Just want to say that you're lucky. But I kept my calm. Okay, I kept my calm. But you gotta you're trying to hit below the belt. Don't hit below the belt, man. Don't hit below the belt. Don't try to defend Thiago. Thiago will not defend you. He won't defend you. He's eventually gonna move on and sign with another club. And you're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? Dom was right, Dom was right. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.